I just finished a 3-hour coaching session with rank 1 WoW player Xaryu, helping him to climb on his favorite but worst champion, Ahri. Now, before our session, he was sitting in silver, struggling to understand what was going wrong in his games. And after our session, he went 15-0. Now, this is his OPGG before, and this is his OPGG after. We spoke about how to let your teammates die, how to play the map in lower ranked games, and how to take control of your games by making high percentage decisions. We also just had an awesome chat about improving at the game and what League of Legends is actually about. So if you want to improve at Ahri or mid lane, give it a watch. And if not, just chuck it on in the background because it's a great listen.
I'm going to call up Coach Curtis and see if he's around. Curtis!
Yo.
Hey, how's it going, man?
It's been a while, man.
Yeah, it has been. Hey, dude, thank you for taking the time out of your day to coach a noob like me.
No, my pleasure, man. Let me just get my streamer mode on. Give me a sec.
Sounds good.
Do you want me to put my cam on, or what are we doing?
You don't have to cam. Yeah, probably not. You don't have to cam.
Okay. Easy.
Yeah, it's been should I kind of catch you up on my journey so far? I don't know if you've been watching any of the streams, but it's been quite the up and down. It's been rough.
Yeah, I want to ask for some context. I did watch a little bit of your coaching with Pobelter.
Okay.
I know that was a little bit ago. So what's going on? Are you still playing Syndra, or what's going on?
Yeah, so I've been trying a little bit of everything just to kind of see what sticks, and like nothing's really worked so far, so I'm kind of open to whatever. It's been pretty rough down here in silver. I will say, last year I peaked at silver 4, and this year my peak is now silver 1. I've been playing a lot of different champs. I've actually started this new thing where I'm doing a new champ every day, not in ranked, just one normal game, just to like read the spells, see what they do, just so if I play against it, I can like generally know. So I have like, a bunch of champs that I like kind of know what they do now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, hell yeah. Wait, can you send me your account, your OPGG or something?
Okay, yeah, this is. I'll send it right now. That's a good idea. This is my account. So,
okay.
We haven't really. So I've played a 73 games on a Rise with a 38% win rate, 23 games Syndra with a 48%. 21 games on Ahri with a 38. Like the trend I'm kind of noticing is like the more games I play, the lower my win rate actually goes on any champ that I try. So I kind of
it's actually kind of that's actually not uncommon, by the way. And the reason for that is that you'll find that in the first, let's say, 10 games of a champion, you're in that honeymoon period. You're kind of just loving life, and the champ feels super novel and kind of quite like you don't see the negatives of the champion yet. And then past like 10, 15 games, you start to really feel the negatives or the weaknesses of a champion. And then, subconsciously you start to emphasize like, oh, if I was this other champion, then I wouldn't be experiencing this problem. And then you start kind of getting out of that flow state. So that's kind of what we call the honeymoon period. It's very, very common.
You know what? It was actually like kind of brutal the other day. I was like, I can't remember the exact matchup, but I was like Ahri fighting a Lux, and and the Lux just like smoked me. And I was like, man, Lux is so sick. Like you just have range, and it's like so hard to dodge, and like I die in one combo. So I picked Lux the next game, and then I got queued into an Ahri, and then the Ahri annihilated me. And like, so that didn't feel very good, because then like I really had no excuse because I just lost.
Yeah, totally.
Seen a lot of that happen.
So I've noticed you've been playing Diana recently.
Okay, so yeah, so basically what's been going on is I tried Lux, and I think Lux is cool, but I sometimes I'll just miss like 20, 30 skill shots in a row. My whole chat's laughing at me. It's awful. And with Diana, what's cool is there's 4 abilities and 3 of them aren't skill shots. So I can actually more just like play the game, and focus on
I do want to riff on a few things like before we get into it, right? Because like I did watch your session with Pobelter, and I did notice that you had a tendency to be like afraid of skill shots, like as in like you were constantly saying, "Oh, I'm so bad at skill shots. Oh my god, I hit a skill shot. I'm lucky." And I do think you have a misunderstanding of skill shots in League of Legends.
Okay.
Because you obviously do, and we'll get into this definitely when we look at your reviews and stuff, but like you're not mechanically handicapped, right? You know how to control a mouse and keyboard. You're obviously very good at a lot of other games. But you got to remember, skill shot usage in League of Legends is largely a game of anticipation. It's not a game of reactions, right? So I think you need to understand that like there are principles that you can follow that are going to drastically increase your likelihood of landing skill shots. And it's not something that you should shy away from, because the game is skill shots for the most part. It's kind of like a very, very common part of the game. So you need to embrace that. And I specifically with Ahri, a lot of people in the lower elo brackets in bronze and silver and gold do struggle with Ahri initially. She is a champion that obviously a lot of skill shots, but requires you to think in a particular way. And a lot of people, they have exactly your win rate, something like a 38, 40% win rate over their first 20, 30 games, and they start to shit the bed. They're like, oh my God, I can't do this. Ahri's too difficult. But then, you know, you work on it, you shift your mindset. There's a few things you can work on. And then overnight or like across a few days, your win rate can skyrocket up a lot. And I think, you know, you want to be very careful about shying away from skill shots is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, that's really helpful. I'm really curious when you said there's principles that'll allow you to land more skill shots. I'm definitely interested in educating myself like on those principles, because
totally.
I'm open to anything here. So just to give you some background, like the main game that like I've played is like I got rank 1 in WoW a bunch, and in WoW you don't actually like you have like a target, and you don't have to aim your stuff. So you just it like automatically like just shoots at the.
Dude, you're massively underrating the difficulty of the things that are going on in WoW, right? I mean, you played PvP, right? So there's, from what I understand, there's a lot of complex things like animation canceling and timing your cancels and all that shit, like arguably potentially even harder. And there's a lot more things to track potentially in WoW, right? With all the abilities and things. So I think that you're more than equipped to be able to hit an Ahri charm or a Lux E or whatever the hell.
You know what, Curtis? You're right. Yes, I can do this. All right. We just gotta land these darn
I'm trying to hype you up.
Yes, sir. You know what? We should do the coaching on Ahri, because now you got me in this. Like, look, Ahri's my favorite champ in the game, but yeah. The reason I like her is because she has hard CC, like a CC where you can't do anything, like an actual stun or like charm, right? Like, and she has mobility. And if you get enough items, she has burst. Maybe her burst is maybe a little on the low end, but like, you know, she has, those are the three things I like, is hard CC, mobility, and burst. And it's actually kind of hard to find a mid laner, like caster, like mage that does all three. I think Ahri is one of the very few in the game, actually. And
yeah, she's a very well-rounded champion. If you don't mind, can I jump into practice with Ahri and just walk you through a few things?
Absolutely. I would love that. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So let me just jump into my counter right now. So I think because when I was watching your session with Pro Belter, and I don't mean any negativity towards Pro Belter, but Pro Belter's not a coach. So he doesn't really understand how to help someone, especially where you're at in your journey, to
like you're saying he's giving me like rank 1 tips and I'm like a noob and they're going over my head, because it's like he's so good that it's like I'm just like I'm a noob, like I'm too bad for the tips kind of.
Yeah, it's like an MIT college professor teaching someone in primary school how to do basic addition or something. It's just like,
yeah, no, I think I get what you're saying.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense. There's a lot of things that are just completely useless, essentially, and they're just confusing your journey.
Actually, I have had it. Like, the thing is, when I do coaching, I learn so much and it's awesome. But at the same time, my brain is so full of stuff that I usually like start doing worse in a sense, because I'm thinking about so many things that I'm like forgetting about just the basics. So I have seen that trend. It's, you know, it's like my own fault. Like, I just can't think. Like, there's so many things to think about in League as a beginner. You know.
Yeah, totally. I'll share my screen here.
Wait, do you want me to hop in the game with you or no?
No, it's fine. I can just share my screen and just walk through a few things if that's all right.
Yep. I think I...
Can you see my screen?
Yep, I have it up. Cool.
All right, I'm just going to mute. I'm just going to turn down this sound. All right. So let's, one of my favorite things to talk about when it comes to coaching a champion is understanding fundamentally what is the champion about, right? What are you trying to achieve with this champion?
Okay? I love that. Yeah.
Right. So like, what does Ahri do? And what do winning scenarios look like? Okay. So Ahri's game plan is actually very simple. Okay. So early lane, levels 1 to 6, for the most part, you have a relatively weak lane. You're not an amazing laner. Now, does that mean you can take, doesn't mean you can take good trades? No. But your goal isn't to solo kill your lane opponent. It isn't to dominate your lane opponent. It is largely to minimize. Okay. Right. Your champion fundamentally comes online at level 6. Okay. So most lanes, when you're laning, you're looking to hold the wave in either relatively neutral positions, or you're looking to just farm up a storm and use your W somewhat reactively. So on your W, you get movement speed, right? So when champions, maybe a Lux is trying to E you, maybe a Syndra is trying to QE you, whatever, you're going to use that W and you're going to move around and try to dodge that. Okay. And so just at a high level, I found it really helpful for Ahri players. What they try to do in the early stages, they try to, constantly fight and charm and go and fucking solo kill and RN. That's not really what we're trying to do. Our job is to sync up with our jungler and play for 2v2s. Our biggest strength is to fight with our jungler in the river. This is what we want to do. So post 6, right? We typically want to get a recall roughly. And then we're going to be we're going to be directing on the minimap a lot of attention to what's our jungler doing? Where's our jungler? Is our jungler moving into the river over here? Are they ganking bot? Are they moving into are they invading? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? And so whatever your jungler is doing, you just basically want to try and shove out the waves with your Q, leveraging your high wave clear, use your W to stay nice and healthy, avoid skill shots, and be the one that is moving to these plays first and then fighting with your jungler. You're a 2v2 oriented champ. Ahri's a 2v2, 3v3 oriented champion, because what makes a skirmish oriented champion is mobility, CC, and burst, which is exactly what Ahri has. She has all the characteristics of a skirmisher. Right now, when a lot of high elo players don't understand is that, yes, you can win lane on Ahri and you can take really good trades and you can shit on your lane opponent, whatever, but that's not really something that is very overly beginner friendly. And the reason that's not beginner friendly is because your Q's hard to land on the enemy, as you've probably found out. Your low range, Ahri's a mid to low range champion, so you get outranged by many, many champions. So you need to use, a lot of high elo players are very good at kind of using good clicks and spacing and tethering and, all like minutiae movement to close the gap and get creative with trading. But that's not really that's not her major strength. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah. So no, I didn't want to interrupt, but I think this is gold, because I think every time I try a new champion, one of the first things I try to understand is like, what am I doing as the champion? I'll usually ask my chat and they'll say like, don't die, or they'll say like...
but even they don't know. Most people don't know their champ's identity and reference points, unfortunately. And that's one of the giant complex things about the game. And I don't mean that in an egotistical way. The game doesn't make it obvious for you to figure that out.
Right. So this is what I'm trying to say is like, this is really helpful to know that Ahri, I'm not trying to completely dominate my lane. Actually, now that I come to think of it, every time I fight an Ahri and the Ahri does well, I'm actually doing well in lane, maybe even winning my lane. But then the Ahri goes down, gets 2 kills in the jungle. Now she has 2 kills, back spies. Now she's ahead and then kills me. And that's every time what happens. So like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, it's good to have that mentality of like the goal of the champion, so I can play around the win condition versus just trying to just shove every wave and try to get a kill in the mid.
Totally. And so there's a few other principles that you would follow. So you very, very rarely want to use your R for a solo kill in lane. Okay, like in the late line, especially post level 7, level 8, for the most part, your goal is to shove and move. So the dream scenario for Ahri is, right, let's say gold wise, let's say your first base, you might come back for like, I don't know, a Dark Seal boots and a refill, right? That's like your standard relatively standard first base, right? Plus minus, maybe a boot, maybe you don't get boots, maybe you do, I don't know, right? Then what you're trying to do is you're trying to work towards, obviously, you're probably a Malignance, get a bit of AP, maybe a Lost Chapter or something, right? Now, at this point, right, typically around level 8, level 9, your Q may start to one-shot the backline, where your Q can like start one-shot the backline. At that point, your champion kind of evolves from the lane phase to just shoving and hovering. So you basically just want to keep queuing those waves, boom, smash it out, use your strong wave clear to, again, avoid the 1v1 and shove and move and hover your jungler. You see what I mean? When a common mistake a lot of Ahris do is they get to this stage level 8 in the lane or whatever, and they will start doing things like this, or they'll try to R-charm, try to solo kill someone. Now, the problem with that is if you fuck that up, you miss that, you have no adaptability. If something would have happened in the river and your R is down, your champion is kind of just rendered useless. You can't do anything. You're a very, very R-dependent champion.
Does that make sense? Very, very, very helpful with Ahri, because I think a lot of the times what I try to do, especially in the mid game, thanks, Bim, is go for this crazy hero solo play on like a Vayne, and I miss the charm on the Vayne. She rolls it, makes me look like a complete idiot. My whole chat is laughing at me. They're spamming Keck W, and then I'm dead, and it just feels awful. So just the idea that I don't have to go for the 1v1, I can like just like 2v2, 3v3 and save the ult for like those situations, because those are always the situations that work out well for me. I don't know why I didn't put this together myself. I have a question though, follow up. Does that mean that Ahri, how does Ahri side lane solo if she gets met with opposition? Like, how does that actual exchange work then? Okay, so this is where I think, again, in your session with Pro Belter, it was just complete misinformation. And I think it's an element of the game that you need to understand that in Silver, there isn't really sophisticated macro. Okay, so there is nothing I'm going to be able to say that's going to make sense of all of your mid-game scenarios. But the general principle of what Ahri wants to do, right? Let's say you're in the side lane. Really, what you don't really want to just sit in the side. You just want to maybe catch shallow waves. So let's say the wave's somewhere over here, right? You want to pop the wave safely, right? Probably near your tower. And then in between the waves, you're going to try and find opportunities to like move to fights, right? Now, this is why I think TP, especially when you're newer to Ahri, is so much better than Ignite. Ignite adds a lot of complications because if you're in the side lane in the mid game, catching waves and a fight breaks up on top side because your dumbass teammates are fighting over random shit and something's going on over here, boom, you could like just TP over and then be there for that fight, right? It gives you adaptability. One of the most important elements of Ahri is adaptability. What I mean by adaptability is like you're staying healthy, you have your R, you have your TP, so boom, something happens, you can be at that fight and then be at the play. You know what I mean? So the general premise is that you're trying to catch waves conservatively, shove and hover, right, in between waves. If you do have priority, maybe they're not there and you can blast the wave out and shove and move, sure. But more often than not, you don't win the 1v1 in the side lane. Ahri is not a good duelist in the side lane into many, many champions. And you either, like I said, shove and move or just TP to a play. Cool. Now that makes a lot of sense. So Ignite would make a lot of sense if you're trying to get early kills in Snowball, but you just said that Ahri isn't really looking for an early kill in Snowball. She's looking to play somewhat safe to 6 and get some really nice skirmishes in the river. So I guess... Yeah. Well, the thought process with Ignite, right, is that it's a combat spell that does help with your skirmishing. It can also help with your 2v2s, right? But what I've found is that the complexity of not having TP offsets having the benefit of the additional skirmishing power, is what I mean. I just think that TP will make your life a lot easier in mid-game. And mid-game is what a lot of people do struggle with. Because remember, in Silver and Bronze especially, games will get extended, right? There will be a lot of ARAMs, right? So, and I do think TP will help you. Okay, I have a lot to say here. The first is I played most of my games with TP, and I prefer TP. Like I feel more comfortable with it because of exactly what you just said. I can side lane more effectively, and I feel like if I am out of position because my macro sucks, I can actually get there for the fight. So I'm totally with you. I like TP a lot. I did want to say though, and this is from my own analysis, so it could be wrong. Like if you watch my gameplay, please call me out. But I have a tendency to have on Ahri, or even some of my other champions, where I have a somewhat weak early game. My strongest part of my gameplay, and I let me be clear, I suck at everything because I'm a silver player, but the strongest part of my gameplay is usually the mid game. I understand generally how side laning fights, what the important fights. I try to be there for every Drake or Baron, like the big objectives, the big fights like that. I think if there is a strength in my gameplay, I would like to think it's that. And then I usually end up throwing late game, to be honest. So like my early late seems to be, my early game I think is really bad. My mid game I think is probably my strong suit, and my late game I think is also pretty bad. I don't know if that's probably not helpful at all. You should just watch, because maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I picked up.
What that tells me, if I read between the lines, is that it's probably saying that if you're struggling. I mean, look, Ahri late game is not easy. Ahri is not a hyperscaler. You're not like a 6-item god, right? Ahri is more of a mid-game champion, right? She spikes on, 2 items, like Malignant's Lichbane or, whatever. She isn't a 6-item. It's not like, so that is normal, I would say, for your champion. I would say that just makes sense for what Ahri wants to do. It could also be a sign that, you've got some problems with ability usage, right? So while we're here, let's quickly talk about some ability usage, right? Like the absolute basics of like maybe some skill shots, right? So I want to plant some seeds in here. I don't expect you to get this all in one hit, but like we'll weave this in maybe throughout some of your reviews. Okay, so like there are 2 or 3 real quick concepts to understand to help you with skill shot usage, right? So let's say this is your jungler fighting in the river, right? So if you're this jungler, right? So you're this guy over here fighting with this guy. Well, your mental stack is probably really overwhelmed, isn't it? If they're scrapping, they're using abilities, right? And then an Ahri comes in from the side, it's very difficult for this guy to react to you, isn't it? Right? Because just from a mental stack overload perspective, all of his attention is focused on that bloke, right? He's trying to think about that guy. So a really important principle of Ahri is like understanding, like if I'm coming from a different angle, if I'm coming from like over here, there's no chance that guy's going to be able to react to my charm, because like he's not accounting for me. You know what I mean? He's not accounting for me being there. But if I'm coming straight head on, here I am. Yeah, there's an Ahri coming in. Watch out. Well, then of course he's going to avoid that, right? Then that's not on you to hit. That's on him to dodge. Okay, so the general premise is that if I know that he knows I'm there, right? If I'm in plain vision, here we go, I'm an Ahri, come on, watch out. Well, I'm not going to rush my charm. What I might do is I might R auto W, right? Just literally hold, maybe Q or something, hold charm. And then when they like panic or flash, then I would go for the charm. Now, what you'll realize with Ahri, you don't even need to land your charm a lot of the time to deal a lot of damage, because a lot of your damage is going to come from like your R auto W Q.
Oh, that's good news.
Does that make sense?
Okay, this makes a lot of sense. So let me paraphrase. So if they don't know you're coming from the side, it's a surprise attack from a bush, something like that. You can kind of just send the charm because they're not going to expect it. But if it's kind of a 1v1 lane, or like they're kind of just staring at you, really be patient with the charm. Yes. Like just chill.
It's unlikely you're going to land it.
Right, because they're like ready to dodge.
So like let's say this guy. Here I am. I'm going to go with this guy. There's no way I'm going to land the charm. It's so unlikely. So what you would never rush your charm like that, right? You would just never do that. So I remember there was a fight in some of your games. I was watching you play Ahri. You're chasing someone, and like they know you're there. Like it's hard for you to land that, and you're like beating yourself up for missing a charm. Well, of course you're not going to land that charm, right? I mean, that's on that guy to dodge, right? That's the mindset, right? Now, there are a few caveats to that. Now, if you're coming from fog, let's say this scenario, like, a few other things, let's say, there's a control ward here, or so, this is not warded, and they're waddling through. This is also another excuse to start with charm, because again, they're not anticipating where you're coming from, right? This is why a really important principle as Ahri in the mid game, we might talk about this, is getting to neutrals early. So one of the real big fundamentals of having success in mid-game with Ahri is centering yourself around neutrals. So let's say I know Dragon's coming up. I plonk a control ward, right? Our team's like ready to go. They're moving in. Maybe the enemy's moving in through here or here, whatever. Then I'm sitting here. They don't know I'm in here. Well, then the first person who comes in, they're just going to get one shot, right? So because they're not anticipating that I'm here, right? This is what
so the only time you're charming is either from fog in a bush, or like if they're already skirmishing and they don't expect you, but you're not just gonna like charm if they're ready to dodge. Very rarely, right?
Or they're CC'd. Maybe someone else has CC'd them. That's
And you
another
follow it
reason.
up.
Or
Yeah.
the last reason is if they're jammed up in a wall. So let's say, for example, you're here, you're fighting someone, and they're like, you're in a trade, they're there. Well, the beauty of that is that if I place my charm like there, they can't escape, right? Because if I go there, they can't go left or right. So sometimes if they're jammed up,
I've never thought of that. How have I not thought of that? So if they're on a wall,
basic, but
yeah, no, that sounds real. I'm glad you said that. Oh, man, what else am I not thinking of? I actually never thought of that you could like box them into a wall. I'm such an idiot. Like, I come from a game with no skill shots, basically. I don't really think about like using walls like that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a lot of things in League, what you'll find in hindsight, it's like, oh, fuck, that's obvious. But it's not
so
intuitive at the
obvious.
start.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me that.
Right, so
okay,
that's
so
like the
this makes a lot of
basics.
sense. Okay. I think if I'm going to replay a lot of these charms I'm missing, I'm just like chucking charms out in a 1v1 that I should have never been chucking out in the first place. So instead of thinking about it as I missed all these, which I did, I could think about it as like, I probably shouldn't have sent these in the first place. These were just kind of bad charms. I should have held it in this situation.
Yeah, think of it as low percentage, high percentage. That's what League is, by the way. This is a helpful way to think about League. League is a game of percentages. Nothing is really guaranteed, right? So percentages when it comes to roams, okay? Well, if I'm shoving and moving, the roam is either going to be a low percentage or high percentage roam based on variables, right? Are they low? Are they overextended? Have they used their summoners? Does my team have setup? Like, we don't need to go that deep, but that's the way League is. You view it in percentages, right? And now when you understand the underlying variables, and just like we mentioned there, when it comes to skill shots, you then have the tools available to know, okay, is this a high percentage skill shot or a low percentage skill shot? And then you're just playing the odds, right? Is it a 60-40, 80-20? And then that's what makes a consistent play. Because in League of Legends, you're not going to win every game, right? It's you're one player on the Rift with, 9 other guys. So
yeah, no, that makes sense.
Is you're just playing odds. You're just constantly playing odds. This is why I like to talk about poker in relation to League. It's all about making high percentage decisions.
I do like a bet for my chat, like every game, like do I win this or lose this? And like if they're playing odds, like I have like a 38% win rate, so like they should probably bet against me, So I want to change that because it's pretty embarrassing. So this is good. This is really good. Trying to think.
You want to get on the Rift?
Yeah, heck yeah, I want to get on the Rift. I feel like we need to rip it up now after all this.
We do.
Okay,
Get
sick.
in, man.
All right, I gotta play Ahri then.
Yep.
Let me share my screen with you.
Yep.
Entire screen. Share screen. You see that?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go full cam so that just don't tell anyone when I queue because we don't want snipers in here. I actually noticed that my win rate went up when I started hiding my screen when I queue, and I started fighting opponents that were much worse. I don't know if there's any correlation, but it's like a big difference.
Yeah, getting stream sniped.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know when I'm gonna queue here, but I'm just gonna wait.
So are you enjoying League this time around more or less than last time?
Yeah, so I'm enjoying the game. So I wouldn't actually play if I didn't like the game, and despite like losing a lot, like I'm actually like really having a good time. I think I told you this in our podcast, but I actually swapped to jungle last year and found a lot more success. But for some reason, I don't know if it's just like being stubborn or what. Like I actually don't necessarily want a jungle. Like I really like mid lane. I like the idea of like the mid game in mid lane is so fun, right? You shove a wave and then it's like dragon or like roaming top or bottom or like jungle. Like it's just like fun. Like I just really enjoy it. Not to say jungle's not fun, but it's just like mid is just it's like a very fun lane, but I haven't seen as much success there.
Well, funnily enough, right? Jungle is a terrible role to learn the game through. It's the worst role to learn the game through, basically. It actually is the worst role out of all 5 roles, the worst role to learn the game through, because the game is fighting and the game is laning for the most part. Like, so the problem with jungling is that you think about it in terms of interactions, right? If you're a laner, think about how many interactions you're having with another champion per per 10 seconds.
You're saying it's slower to learn as a jungle because you're not in situations where you can learn. You're just sitting in the jungle a lot.
Yeah, you're having way less interactions with other champions, right? League is fundamentally a fighting-based game, right?
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
if you're not fighting a lot, then you can't improve. It's a lot slower to improve, actually, though, the way I would frame it. It's not that you can't improve.
Let's see what's going on here. Do my picks and stuff. Someone said Twitch just crashed. It's not working for me.
GG.
Yeah, no, I think it's working for me. Okay, so it crashed. But
So
it's
is there a
back now.
champ?
Cool.
Is there a champ that you find really obnoxious at the moment, or a champ that like you think is just OP?
So I feel like now that I've been playing more champs, I feel like I kind of understand that every champ has strengths and weaknesses. My problem is I have a knowledge gap when I don't know if it's a champ that Ahri needs to, like, if I need to play very aggressive or very passive into a specific champion. So it's kind of like just like this knowledge gap thing where it's like I don't know how to punish this champ. I feel like there's no champ that, well, I this Yone, I guess, kind of owns me. I guess Yone. There's this Yone that's like a challenger Yone that keeps queuing into me, and I am dead on the turret on spawn 0-10 every time.
No.
Whenever I'm fighting a Yone, it's this guy. It's brutal. It's rough.
Understandable. Can you go to your runes, by the way? Can I see your runes?
Yeah. So I picked this one.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's good. It's fine. It's basic. Whatever. Yeah, it's easy.
LeBlanc.
So it looks like you're versing a LeBlanc.
Yep. I haven't actually fought a LeBlanc, I don't think, all year. I actually do know what she does, though. She has like a Q to mark, a W to jump, and E to chain, and her ult like is like copies the enemy spell.
Yeah.
I think one of like the things that's tough is when I'm fighting someone that I know what they do, it's nice. But when I'm fighting someone and I'm just like, I don't even know if this is a melee champ or a range champ. Like I fought some girl with like a whip the other day, and she was just like like whipping over and over. I was like, I don't even know, like, is that a range or a melee? And then I just like ran in and died. It was, oh yeah, Kled too. That Kled character, he jumped on me from like out of bounds, and it's like, brother, how are you allowed to do that? So.
Look, so I'm not going to overwhelm your mental stack. I'll kind of let you play. I might say things here and there, and we'll for the most part get into it in the post game. So
yeah,
but yeah, I'll chime in if you have any questions along the way. I'll be here, but I kind of want to let you just express your best self, and I'll just chime in here and there.
Yeah, no, that rocks. I think when like live coaching can be tough if you're talking the whole time. I'm just like, Actually, what happens sometimes is like someone will like donate like $1 or something, and it comes up in my ear, and they're trying to give me tips as I'm playing. I'm like, oh, I can't think right now. My brain is full.
Yeah, it gets very overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the first question I have is, they have 2 gold players on their team. We have all silvers. So like, what the heck is up with that, Riot? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's more complicated than that, right? Because you could have people that are, ranking up very fast or have higher MMR. I mean, they may be the off roll. You don't know what's going on, right?
Yeah, true. Okay. Yeah,
so what I would be thinking about right now is high level. Remember, LeBlanc has Ignite and you have TP, which means that you have the ability to kind of, if you take a heavy trade, you can base TP, and she can't, right? So that's definitely, so the general premise when you're versing a combat spell like an Ignite in lane is that you don't want to get so low that they can use it. You want to use your TP to stay healthy and just reset, frequently just to make sure you don't get into solo kill range.
Cool.
Into LeBlanc, it's primarily a reactive charm usage matchup. Typically, when you're versing champions that want to dive onto you, kind of hold that charm reactively to peel back. And yeah, just really focus on spacing. I would say the biggest thing for LeBlanc is her W. That dash where she dashes on you. Try to focus a lot of your mental stack on that.
Okay. When she does her W, her port, she'll like instantly go back, right? So I don't want to like charm.
She can. She may not just see what she does.
Okay.
Right, because a lot of times she wants to W in and then maybe chain you and then Q you, right? So, yeah.
Cool. LeBlanc, what should like generally? So like I'm wanting to play for 6. I want to not die and get usage out of TP. Is LeBlanc a champ that is scary at a certain level? Like, is she weak early?
She's a lane bully. She's a lane bully. She wants to kill you, right? So,
I'm gonna chill.
She's trying to shut you down. You're trying to survive. Essentially, is the high level, I would say, overview.
Cool. And I just W first as usual.
Yeah, I'll start W. Yeah, you can start W.
Cool. All right. Okay, we see that something happening here, but guess not. So if we want her coming into me, I kind of just, I don't even like go crazy max DPS. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I won't lose myself to you. This place reminds me of home.
Well, it's pretty usual, I suppose. Wow.
So do I.
Yep, so quick adjustment for next time. Try to use the minions to block the incoming chain. Try to stand closer to the minions.
Okay.
I'll have them chasing their tails. My true nature. Remember this moment.
Yeah, I mean this is like a real nice passive lane so far. Besides that one trade, this is nice.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Yeah.
We're chilling. After these minions, I'd probably try to get a ward out
So
at some stage. Oh, never mind. She shoved you in, so we're chilling.
Left home years
Okay.
ago.
Stay as is. Just focus on your farm. I like what you did there. Just charm reactively when she jumps in. That was good.
okay.
Remember, when you have your charm up, you don't need to be scared. And you've got the minions to block as well. You don't need to be too conservative here.
I lived and
Oh, okay.
an eternity.
As long as you're using that charm reactively and keeping your distance a little bit, you're fine. Yeah, nice. Because see how you force her back? Oh, nice. So I'd start thinking about a reset soon. So what I would do is probably stay for... Hover. Alright, looks bad. Good. So just catch the remaining of this wave. And then you'd probably look for a base TP. Because see how we're running Oon?
Yep.
Okay, she actually reset. Yeah, so it's base. Yeah, base TP. I'll just go for like a Dark Seal, tier 1 boots, and a refill.
Okay.
Nice. So yeah, what you did before, just try to like use your charm reactively. You can use those minions to block the incoming chain. And just really just try to keep the wave in relatively neutral position. You can probably shove out here, to be honest. You've got a bit of a minion advantage. Just queue the next wave. Shove it all the way out.
Cool.
Get some vision. Pick a side. Doesn't matter, top or bot, get a beautiful ward out after this.
Okay. I usually always like to ward bot side. I don't know why. It's closer to dragon, I guess. Maybe. Okay, so at 6, that's looking juice, right?
Yep, so we're getting close to 6. So when we get 6, we can start contemplating fighting with our jungler, right? So even now, we see how our jungler's invading?
Yeah, I want
So
to hit 6.
I'll just stay on mid. Yeah, I'll just ping danger, and just get 6. Yeah, exactly right.
Cool. And once I hit 6, I can maybe.
Shove it out. Smash it out.
Ah, -1.
A body knowledge, a soul felt.
And hover. See what's going on. Yeah. Keep going. Keep hovering.
That looks
Okay.
good, right? Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I think.
it looks pretty high percentage. Yeah. Okay, you can probably kill the owner if you wanted to. Send it.
Yeah, might as well. I'm just gonna hold my charm because that's what Curtis said to do. So
Yeah. Yeah, see how he's jammed up against the wall there? Nice. Now shove this wave out and reset. I would shove it out and reset. Actually, leave it. Shove it, yeah.
okay. I usually, whenever I do that, my junglers seem to get real mad at me.
Yeah, fuck him.
Okay.
It's a bit messy, but...
Oh, what's the
fine,
play now?
just
Just
back
back? Okay.
Yeah, back up and then just reset. It's fine. We can get into the details later, but it's not a bad sequence. Again, I like it. You're hovering, panning your
What am I
camera. You
buying
had
here?
it. Just buy those 2 components. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So same thing. So now, see, our R's down, so we really don't want to be looking for a play. So what I want to see from you now is just focus on farm again, slow it down,
Yep.
stay nice and healthy. And when our R comes back up, we can look for maybe another play alongside our jungler or something. Right, smash out this wave. LeBlanc's based.
That's looking good, but I don't have ult, so we don't really want to go to it.
Nope. No R, no play.
Okay. So then what's my turn here? Am
You
I
get a play.
taking...
Maybe get a play. You got
Okay.
vision on bot side. You seem relatively safe. Lean on the bot side. Yeah, now back up. Use your W reactively to avoid skill shots.
Oh.
It's fine. Fine. Run away. So see, remember, we want to use that W reactively to use the movement speed to avoid skill shots, right?
I never do that. Okay.
So back up a little bit here. You're a bit low here, so just let the wave come out.
Cool.
Yep. Remember, she has Ignite.
The legacy of the
Oh, true. It's a bit nerve-wracking then.
Thanks for chilling. Okay, back. Just stay conservative here.
Okay.
Okay, we're chilling.
Live with no
No R yet, so just stay in mid. Be on the next wave. Yeah, you can queue it out. Nice.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay. I would just maybe try to queue and then maybe
Is
reset
that-
soon.
I have
Oh, plays
ult.
done.
No, it plays down. Okay, so like I
Plays done.
think I normally would
Keep
have went to
chilling,
that.
keep farming.
Keep farming. All right. I have ult, or I have TP and.
So see how your
E.
jungler is on drag? So I want to see you shove and hover. Shove it out. Hover in the river.
even the smallest moment.
Yeah, good. Beautiful.
-1.
Shove it out. Yep. And now hover over and probably start your recall around here. Start your recall right here. Right, so notice that you've got adaptability, okay? If a fight happens, you're there. If a fight happens, you're there. Beautiful. Go again. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Nice.
Yeah, that
Look at
owned.
Better than one.
Shove the wave and reset.
Okay, it's like a better than normal game, I would say. That was really nice.
Just principles. We're just following principles, right? So we'll just Ahri principles. Just your wave's fucked. Leave it there. Leave it. Just base and reset's fine.
Okay. TP in 20. No, just gonna run back and save it.
Be back soon.
Yeah, leave it. Just save it. It's fine.
Here,
So I
chapter
would
and
just yeah, just get your chapter. Just get a control ward maybe or something. Yeah, we'll come back. We've got TP, so we can go back to base and reset again later.
cool.
Every animal hungers.
Right, so again, no R in 60 seconds, right? So again, what I want to build that
Okay.
awareness. Where's my jungler? What's he doing? Okay, he's clearing. He looks like he's on bot side. Also, it'd be good to press tab, see who's strong and weak. Do you know who's strong and weak? What you know? I think that's a
haven't
good habit
looked
to build. So Yi, Yi's rock and rolling, right? He's got 5 kills, so
Yeah,
it's
Dr.
good to
Yi
keep that
is
in the back of
going
your
in there.
mind. Right, so this game's going to be about you and Yi, following that Yi.
Okay.
So just keep
Move it up.
popping those waves.
-1 again. It's actually a really good tip to stay behind my minions against.
Yep.
So,
You can shove that wave out. You don't have R. I don't want to see you roaming here.
okay.
Yeah, you're fine. Just Yep.
I probably should have let it come to me.
An enemy has
Nah,
been
it's fine.
slain.
Just leave it because the wave's a bit fucked right now.
Okay.
Okay, you long to use W. You're safe.
Okay.
An ally has been slain.
Pop this with your Q.
An ally has
Chill.
been slain.
Nice. Right, so Yee's dead. So we just want to chill. Wait for Yee to get back on the map. I don't want to see you making a play right now, right? So just relax. Just keep queuing. Just keep focusing on your farm here. I see how Q one shots the backline now, so we're chilling. Yeah. Okay. So hover bot side, right? Hover the side of your jungler. Your jungler's hovering bot side. Maybe place some vision in the river here. Would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, right there's fine. Doesn't have to be that far.
Oh. Okay.
And go back to mid.
Okay. So Gwen Stefani's kind of cooking there for a minute.
Pop the wave again. Right? Shove and hover bot. Shove the wave and hover bot. Q it. Run bot. Where's your jungler? Okay, your jungler's hovering, so we want to be there. Okay.
Pretty late, right?
Should have
Just go
left
back.
10 years ago.
Oh, Gwen.
An ally has been
Shoot.
Play's done. Get out of here.
And you know the play's done because my dude's dead?
Yep. Jungler's dead. Nice. Back to mid. Back to mid.
Okay.
I lived and live an eternity.
Okay, you got a wild Malphite here. You can probably stay for a little bit longer. Check base. You got your item relatively soon, so your malignance is So I'd stay in lane for a bit longer. You're still healthy. Just keep popping those waves. Nice.
Oh gosh, is that the real one or fake one?
Okay.
So I used my ult out of turn. I should have not.
Exactly right. Should have not
Okay.
done that. That's right. Just pop
Should've
the rest
saved-
of the remainder of this wave.
New
Okay.
starts with me.
You can LeBlanc's kind of low, so you can stay for a little bit longer here. There's no, you might as well stay all the way to your malignance gold, right? Because why not? You're so close.
Yep.
You can't do anything now. We have no R, right? So you might as well just farm.
Self-hatred. Far from it.
Wow, this is like very eye-opening for Ahri. So I wish I had my ult right here, but
Yeah, just reset. Get your malignance.
Should
You
I,
can get a plate first. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine as well.
Is a thought.
Nice. Yeah, so if you had your R there, you could compliment your jungler, you probably kill the Gwen, right? It's just, you know, we're
W.
seeing opportunities.
okay. So wasting my ult in a 1v1, that's like a really big aha moment for Ahri. Because I totally just wasted on cooldown usually. So Mr. Yi died here because I'm not there to help him because I don't have my ult.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Spot on.
An ally
Okay.
has been
So your bot
slain.
lane, you notice in base there, your bot lane's now starting to do really good as well. So Yi and bot lane, whereas the top lane's getting annihilated. So we know, as an Ahri, we're going to start directing attention to our jungler and our bot lane. Okay, we're going to ignore top, right?
Wait,
Top's
ignore
fine.
top because it's losing?
It's behind, exactly right. You let him rot. We play around strong. Then.
I actually didn't know you were supposed to do that. I thought you were supposed to help out a losing lane because
No.
you don't want because they're hurting for certain, you know.
Nah, you never help a losing lane.
Okay, I didn't know that.
All right, so think about your jungler, your bot lane. So your AD carry is recalling right now. So it's worth noting. Your support's about to recall. Your jungler's clearing camp. So just chill, relax. Keep
So like the
focusing on your
next
farm.
thing is that Drake too, though, right?
Yeah,
Second
right. So you
Drake
want
is
to
out.
build awareness of your jungler, build awareness of your bot lane, see what they're doing. Champ, you're fine. You don't need to panic. You're not going to die here. You should be okay. Just run away.
Flash. That's probably a little panic flash
Probably
there.
need to, but that's okay. That's all right. Collect the remainder of this wave safely, and then you're going to base TP. Use your charm. Get ready to use charm just in case she jumps on you. Yep, just base TP. Stay healthy. That's what TP comes in handy for. Because now you can stay healthy, get back in lane immediately, and then look at that. See how your team's on the dragon? You can just shove and hover there immediately because it looks like there's going to be a fight. You have
Okay.
your R.
What do I buy? Anything? A book?
Get TP. Doesn't matter. Just fucking TP. You need to be at that fight.
Okay. Pretty far.
Very fine.
Maybe TP closer.
Yeah. So, all right, play's done. Jungler's dead. Team, the play's done. Go back to mid wave.
Okay, so normally I go to late plays, I think, 'cause I totally would have gone to that and then died.
You're all dead. Play's done. You're late. Right? You were late because you got chunked out, right?
Yeah. So,
So
if
that's how
I
you lack
keep-
adaptability.
So much
Get
more
plates?
to see for myself.
Yeah.
So that's you know, when I remember Probels was talking about speed and tempo, right? That's why, because then you can have adaptability to those plays, right? So we're chilling, right? The game's still fine. So what I'd probably do is I'd actually base again. There's no reason for you to be on the map right now. I think your teams will spend your gold. You can get a tier 2 boots or something. Might as well. While your team's just going to clear camps.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you are.
Actually, let me retract that. Your Yi's doing rifts. He's skipping camps. So you stay on the map. Stay on the map. Stay on the map.
Okay.
So what we're talking about here is sinking pressure, right? If our team's doing something, you want to have adaptability, right? So that's why I want you to stay here.
Okay, so I held my my ult there because I didn't want you to get upset that I used it.
Nah, it's just a terrible play from Malphite. So I think
Okay.
I think I'm fine with either. If you say no, whatever, and you say yes, whatever, it doesn't really. I'm fine with either decision there.
Okay.
So
I just held
jungler.
it.
Alright, where's your jungler? Okay, so hovering top side. Your support, some bot side. Okay.
I carry
So
the legacy.
probably hover over. You can help him. Maybe charm. Okay. Good hold. Then you need to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it's a really fucking tough play. Really tough play. Bad play. It's a tough play. Like we can get into that in the review, but it's not, I can see the principles. Like you're like, all right, your team's there. He's used R. I'm not too against it. Well, Volibear moved from top side, so it was a little bit unfortunate.
Okay.
All right, so press tab. All right, we need to get in the habit. What do we see? Right, so we can see that our center is, doing, I guess, okay. Your Yi's got, doing okay. Your
That's
top
a
lane's
big
getting
bear.
obliterated.
Yeah.
Yep, he's scary as fuck. So we want to stay away from the volley. Be careful around the volley, and play around our Yi. Right, maybe I'll center Swain a bit.
Am I going Lich next?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this should be
You
good.
want to build a moat?
Yeah, does it?
But I
Yeah,
have
whatever.
limited life.
Doesn't matter.
And then Swain's going mid. I go mid.
I would probably start going bot here. Yeah, go bot and then ping the center on mid. You can ping on center and ping them on mid. But it looks like they're going to swap anyway, so it should be fine. So you shove this one all the way out. So now,
Live with
again,
no
mindset. We have good. Where's our jungler? All right, the enemy reset, so we can shove this one all the way out. Shove it out.
Okay.
Ping center mid. Ping on center's character and ping it on mid.
I think you got it. I think you got it.
I hear the
Yeah,
wind
nice.
sing.
Cool. You can probably get the tower. Right, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna walk the river. You're gonna hover river here.
I'd shove one more.
Probably
No?
get one more if you want. Yeah, one more if you want, and then we're gonna shove and hover. Up the wave. Really, really good. Yeah, and hover up the river.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, be careful.
Yeah,
be
I
careful.
didn't mean to go that way.
Yeah, it's fine. Use ours, fine. But, yeah. It's fine.
Whoa.
See how LeBlanc's missing all that farm? She's fucked. It's
Can I
fine.
kill
So
her?
back
Can I
up,
kill her?
Reset.
No.
No, I would back up.
I feel like that was kind of killable, but I can see like if I go in and miss my charm, then I just die.
Yeah, the most important thing here is that you get back on the map now, get ready to go for that drag. You need to reset. Spend your gold, and you're going to run up immediately through mid.
Okay. That makes sense because that Drake fight's happening. I need to get healthy for it. Okay.
It's probably happening. Alternatively, actually, I think going top, defending top with T is good because you have TP as well, right? You can defend top.
Cool. And I'll TP to this.
You have
here.
TP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if need be. Later on. You don't have off at 30. Just be careful. This is probably as strong as fuck. Okay, cool. Let's clear those waves.
An ally has been
Okay, he's dead, so we're not going to fight the dragon anymore.
So
So
I
you
push
should be
one
back
more?
on the dragon. Yeah, just keep shoving this out.
Wait, why do you know we're not fighting dragon?
Because he's dead. How are you going to fight it? It's impossible.
Oh, I didn't
So
notice he
ping
died.
back. On ping back on the dragon, and then just keep shoving top. Volibear won't be here anymore, so just shove it all the way out. So this is what we call trading off neutral objectives. We're trading the neutral objective for farm, right? We're not going to see World of Dolphin Cove watching them do the fucking dragon. We're going to actually trade it for gold.
Hmm.
So you should be spam pinging back. Yeah, back. You can't win that fight. It's impossible. Yeah, so you're gonna get a lot bigger gold injection here.
So cool. Okay, this is, yeah, a great macro, right?
Yeah, really good macro. All right,
And
and now you can probably shove one more wave. And then I'll be looking for a TP. I'd be panning my camera, seeing what's going on, because your Yi's back on the map, right? So pan your camera, see there's a fire happening? I would probably TP here. Yeah, it's fine TP. Your Yi's should be in the area here. Oh, that's the piece. Oh, yep, good. There we go. Wombo combo. Lock him up. Reset. Nice. Oh,
Dang it.
no points. Okay, play's done. Shove the wave, reset. Now, the reason I said go for that, in some way, shape, or form, again, I thought your Yi would be moving into the play. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but you see the principle. It's like, oh, I shoved the wave, the team is fighting, my jungler's there, go, right?
An ally has been slain.
Right. Cool.
Bot.
Don't go bot, you don't have TP. You need to be going mid, hovering mid. Yeah.
Interesting.
Right, Baron is the next neutral objective, so you need to have adaptability around the Baron. So just cover mid for a little bit. Center's in base anyway, so you can cover this wave. Just chill around mid here. I would probably just start, maybe use a Scry's Bloom on top side, around the top side jungle, but yeah, share mid XP is fine.
I still have the blue ward. Or the yellow one.
This is good. Start moving into top side river with your team. Here we go. Got ulti 10. He's popping. Cool. Here we go. Nice. Okay, so I'll probably go top now. Looks like Senna might be taking your farm though, so welcome to League of Legends. So I would just hover your Yi, see what he's doing.
Am I helping this?
I would personally just ping back because there's a scary fucking volley here and just go back to top wave. I don't know if I would go that way, but gotta be very careful here. You might get collapsed on. So I'd be running for my life.
Okay.
Run. Yeah, that's alright. Okay. So just collect what farm you can. You're getting close to your Lich Bane.
Don't worry. I'll be back soon enough. Quick as a fox.
So just catch what waves you can. And really just, really we're trying to bide our time really for our R. R's up in 40 seconds. No R, we're really going to struggle to fight here. So you might want to catch this wave and then reset or something. Or try to defend mid.
Okay. I'm like super close to Lich Bane. I guess I just go and get it now.
Yeah, you can get it now. Okay, so after this, you can just run mid with your team. I would swap to a blue trinket, by the way, if you can. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty usual for after laning phase.
Yep. Helps you. Alright, so, yep, so you're scrapping on bot side. Pretty scary, though.
Here?
Probably just hover mid a bit. You don't have TP. Yeah, you can go top. Fuck it. Just go top. Your jungler's basing. Go top. It's fine.
Okay, we have 90 seconds on the next trade.
Yep.
Can I have ulti back? So that's
Yep.
something.
Yep, shove this one out. You can keep shoving a little bit here, I think. You should be able to get one more, I think. Yep, get this next wave, and then after this wave, you're going to run for your life. Alright. Back up.
Many memories stir with
Cool. And now you're going to circle back mid. Let's fight him.
Shoot.
Okay. So, it's honestly, this is what I call it's a high value death. You've already shoved the wave out. It's not the end of the world. If you played it better mechanically, you probably kill, but it's fine. I can see your intention. We can cover that later.
We got the flash too. So that's
Yeah,
nice,
we got
right?
the flash, we got the wave. It's kind of whatever.
Cool.
All right, so ulti in 30 seconds. We got dragon in 30 seconds, so R will be out for the dragon, which is good. And we also have TP if need be, so we've got a lot of adaptability here.
Cool.
So you need to be scanning your camera, seeing what your jungler is doing. There we go. So I'm thinking when I'm coming up, if it's an extended fight, I might be able to TP. See how it goes. Okay.
Pretty over.
Probably over. Yep, looks like it's over. Right, so just maybe defend mid. They might siege the inhib, so maybe you can defend with Swain. Yep.
They're going for dragon, and we just give it.
Yeah, just give it a drag. We can't fight that. So I would probably just go top now.
Nature here is too quiet.
Okay, and that's because it's far from dragon.
Yeah, and also Seta will probably want to go mid off the reset, so off the death, and yeah, someone's got to shove top, right? So
Cool. And I'm going decap next.
yeah, that's fine.
Whoops. Like, see, I missed my charm there on that cannon.
That's all
He's
right.
pretty good at dodging.
Okay. Yeah, shove this wave out. All right. I would probably now, instead of going for the next wave, I would probably just regroup mid here. Your team's going to fucking fight. You're going to get collapsed on. So just do a loop-de-doop around back mid. Go to safe way. Yeah, see how they're pinstering on you here?
Yeah.
Look LeBlanc around mid. Like, I want you to just run up mid with your team here. I want you to A-ram a bit here. Because your team needs you to get a bit of control. So yeah, run mid. Look at mid. Look mid. Yeah, there we go. Because just want you to put your body in the area here.
I'm leaving bot
Malphite-
undefended. Oh,
Yeah, leave it for now. Just cover mid. And then what you're going to do is you're going to probably run top after. Because what I'm trying to get you to do here is be with your team in the area so you can like look for a fight.
So much.
Right? Is what I'm kind of looking for here.
Your turret
would that volley? I mean, can three of us even take that?
Gary. Yeah.
Gosh.
He's losing track of that LeBlanc. So what I'm noticing, you have a tendency to take some very... You have a tendency to take some greedy paths, and I think
Like, I
it's
could've
because
passed
you're
here.
not gathering... Yeah, you're not gathering enough information. I'm noticing your lol state, that the map state. That's definitely something I'm noticing. But this is
Yeah.
great. This is great learning. There's a lot we can get into in the review for sure.
Okay.
All right. So look, game's still fine, dude. Because the reason why is you've got 2 dragons. Game's gonna stall out. You've got great scaling with your center and your Yi. We can turn this into what we call a piss banger. Right? You can make it a 35, 40 minute piss banger and make it an absolute shit show.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so slow it the fuck down. So again, Yi's not here. Your team is dead. So I want to be quite conservative here. All right, cool. Chilling. Okay, here comes Yi. Team's getting back on the map. So again, same principle. What we're really looking to do is catch those shallow waves and then hover mid and be there for fights, right? So that's kind of what we're looking for. So catch these waves. Beautiful. Yi started to get very fucking strong. So any opportunity you can fight with that Yi, it could look juicy.
Okay, so is this considered shallow? Like one more?
I would probably get one more because I'm pretty sure they've reset after that siege. So I think you have time. And then what you're going to do is you're going to run mid with your team, maybe go into the river, see how they're moving into
they got
control.
Baron.
No, they went Baron. That's fine. Back up.
So like that's greedy because I don't know. Oh,
Okay, they're fighting. Go, 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 go. Fight with your team. Your team's fighting. Let's fucking go. Fuck them up. RN, RN, RN.
yeah. I mean that's pretty usual.
Next. Next target. Go, go, go. Fuck them up.
Nice.
Next. Is there another one? Try YOLO it. Oh. There
Got
we go.
it.
Beautiful.
Had to.
Farm. Run bot. Farm. Run bot. Run bot. Okay, this is quite advanced. I'm not even going to explain this, but just running bot here and farming here is just quite efficient. So you're going to just shove this wave in the next wave, and then you're going to reset. Spend your gold. Just be very quick here. LeBlanc is going to be zooming here. So I didn't think you have time. So just catch this wave and reset. Back up. Reset now. LeBlanc is going to be here.
Everything is more fun together.
All right, so notice that was good. See, your team is fighting. You're there. You have R. Boom. Right? That's really, really good.
Try sell a ring and get.
Yep, sell that. Yeah, sell that. Nice. Getting close to your death cap now. Dragon's up in a minute, right? That's your big reference point here, right? So we want to make sure we want to be there for that
The
dragon.
wind singing.
Cool.
Yeah, just try and farm up a little bit here. If you can get a bit more gold before the next drag, that'd be amazing to get death cap, but who knows? We'll see what happens. Try and take mid farm if you can.
Mid's
Okay.
generally more important than ADC for farm.
There's beauty in even
Well, you're so close to death cap, right? So,
That's good.
all right, so you're basing. Just take it easy here. Be very conservative. Your team's not here. Back up, back up, back up. Try and collect that mid farm if you can, and then you can like get enough. That will give you enough gold for your death cap. See if you can take some of this.
Okay.
Do what have to, even charm it if you have to.
Got it.
All right, yeah, base. You're gonna base TP. You're gonna base TP.
Come to see new sights.
Okay. I have nothing to TP to.
Yeah.
Bot wave, I guess.
Yeah, maybe bot with your Yi potentially. Yeah. Go there. Yeah. Anyway, you gotta be with your Yi here. Yeah, here we go. Probably a bit late in the TP, but here we go. Be a team fight. Get in there. Fight. The team's fighting. Go. R in. Send it. Lock him up. Go in. Smash your buttons. There we go. Back to bot. Shove out bot.
Okay.
Remember,
Wow,
your damage doesn't your damage will come from your R and your W, just in your Lich Bane. Like, you don't need to be dancing around the edges. Like, just if your team is in there, just fucking send it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I actually kind of, it was kind of nice being late to that fight. A lot of times on Ahri, what happens to me is I actually just run in and die before the fight starts. So like that's good to know. I just get in there once things happen, I think.
So we keep going to the next wave. So notice how the principle, we're still following the principles, right? We're being there for major fights with our R, with our jungler. He's our fed member, right? He's our baby, right? We want to play around that guy. So I'd probably just reset now.
This place reminds me of home.
And then same thing, really. We want to be there with our team. Our team is strong. You guys will win fights, I guarantee you. If you are with your team, work towards a void staff probably, honestly. Like, yeah, get that. And just run mid now. See our team's grouping on mid, just run mid. You don't have CP, so just ARAM. This is where the game will turn into a bit of an ARAM in this healer bracket. So, like, you want to lean into that, right? Like, we're not afraid of the ARAM.
Okay.
Especially when you don't have TP. So, yeah, just, again, build that awareness of your teammate's location. Use these
jungler's over here. Hey, Dr. E.
Take it easy. Go back. Go back. You get charm. Nice. Good charm. Yeah, here we go. Here comes Yi. Send it. Front. Next. You can get a charm. That's right. Yeah, Yi's gone incredibly fucking deep. That's alright. Not bad. Next. Beautiful.
One. There we go.
Fuck yeah. Alright, just siege it up. Get some towers. Siege up mid. Alright, so next objective, we've got Baron coming up in a minute, right? So that's going to be our baby, right? That's our North Star here. Alright, so you can shove this out again. You probably get the tier 2 here. Alright, and what we're going to do after this is you're going to spam ping back. We never siege tier 3s. This is a quick way to lose the game. So ping back, and start run away. Run away, ping back, and start your base. Sometimes it just ping back, keep pinging back, keep pinging back. Spam the fuck out of them. Alright? Alright.
Oh my god.
Alright. So now you don't worry about bot. You don't have time. You're gonna run. I want you to hover around.
Wait, you don't want me to clear that?
Alright, you can very quickly. Very quickly.
Alright.
Quickly. Just shove it and then move to top side. Because you remember, drags up in 20 seconds. We don't have TP, right? So collect it and run. Sprint.
I'll be faster.
Sprint to mid.
And I don't collect that either, huh?
I should have left
Nah,
home
leave
years
it.
ago.
It hurts.
Not important. We need to be here early. All right, so here we go. Try to collect this wave with center, and you're going to be in the area, get in the river, get ready for this river fight on
So
top.
Ahri needs to fight more. Holy crap. Because I would totally just be down there doing nothing. My team would die.
Yeah, you need to have adaptability. If your team die here, the game's fucked. So move into top river. Just sit in a bush around here. Like, sit here in a bush. Well, isn't it? Yeah, around here. Just sit here for now. Just chill. Yep. Good. If they face check you, charm them. Okay. Okay, looks like your team's doing Baron. Here we go. Sit here. Right? When they come through, if anyone comes through, you're going to charm them and you're going to one-shot them. Good. Ready. Okay, move. No,
Nice.
Okay.
Memories
Nice.
still
Okay, don't run in there yet. Go back mid to the wave, and you're gonna ping the dragon if you can. All right, so shove out mid now. Shove out mid.
I go get Void Staff.
I think you can you?
Not yet, but I'm 2100. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Alright, so don't walk in there. Don't walk in the jungle. Just stay on mid.
Can I even go
Scary.
there safely?
Yeah, just be very careful.
Okay, because I really want my ult for this fight, right?
Yeah, you really want to. Yeah. Okay, back up a bit. Yep. Cool. All right, getting ready for a fight soon.
Cool.
Some reason Senna's on top, but that's all right. Yeast closing in. All right, here we go.
The world is
It's going to be a bit of a shit fest. Fight with your Yi if you can. Okay, go in with the swing. Go to kill Caitlyn. Kill her.
Dude.
Okay, back up. Play's done. Play's done.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I didn't even ult there because it just looked awful.
TP top. You're gonna do something wild. TP top. TP on that top wave. Yeah. The reason we're doing this is because Malphite's drawing pressure bot. So this is good. He's a pressure magnet. Now you're gonna shove top and get top tier 2 here. You're gonna get top tier 2. Yeah, shove it out. Get the tower. And after this tower, you're gonna reset and spend your golds. I think they might just die to the minions. Yeah, nice. Back up. Back up a bit. Maybe hover mid. I don't think you have enough gold yet for your voice up, do you?
Yeah, 150.
Yeah. Yeah, just chill. All right, so what we're waiting for here is Yi.
So
Right
much I
now,
want to see
again,
myself.
we'll cover the macro later, but for now, you're just trying to hunt gold. Maybe catch one more top wave when that comes out.
Okay. Chilling out.
Chilling, yeah.
Well, my macro is definitely not as good as I thought it was because I am making a lot of wrong decisions based on what you're telling me to do. This is very different.
Yeah. I mean, I've worked with a lot of people with this elo bracket, so it's one of my specialties for sure. All right, so reset here. Oh, fuck. It's a bit ugly. All right, now run straight mid. Send it up mid.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, mindset is fight with your Yi. If your Yi's going in, you want to be there, right? Remember, you get the reset on your R, so don't be afraid to go in and try to get the reset. It's good.
Okay.
Chilling.
I carry the legacy of the defiant.
We've got a bit of a siege going on here. I don't mind this for now.
I don't want to push that top wave through.
Nah, I'd want to be close to your team here. I don't trust your team at all. Yeah. Fine. Back, yeah. Heal back. Okay. Fight. Fuck him up. Heal back. Yeah, one shot. Okay. Yeah, we can get into the execution later. I just want to talk about some principles. It looks like the game might be over here. It's going to be probably over. Okay. So there's a lot of good things about this game. There's a lot I do like about it. Obviously, there's a lot left to be desired. You're still very early on in your RE days. But I think what I was trying to get across, and hopefully what you felt in this game, is at least some of the reference points of what Ahri wants to do. Like, how she wants to play a game.
Yeah, it was very, very, very helpful. I think I would have just, like, I would have done everything different, actually. I would have whiffed my ult into that LeBlanc and died 10 times in mid, guaranteed. I would have had, like, no ult for any of the roams, like, early. Let me think. Yes, I think I would have farmed a lot more, but I wouldn't have been there in any of those fights. And since I wasn't there for any of those fights, I think we would have lost about 10 minutes sooner, to be honest.
Right.
Because I think I would have definitely probably just farm in the mid game.
Totally.
Do you remember? I mean, we can go through the footage.
I've got the VOD. I recorded my screen. So can I share my screen if that's all right?
Yeah, that'd be great. One of the biggest things that, like, the Drake fight that we lost. We won one Drake fight, but the Drake fight that we lost right before we lost the game. It went terrible, but I didn't even ult because I was like, that we've already lost. Like this feels pointless. Could I have ulted and changed that fight if I was crazy? Right?
Was it this fight? You mean this fight? Was it?
1 sec. Let me pull up.
Was it the one where you got like one shot by the like?
Yes, this fight.
Yeah, let's come to that. A really common thing you don't want to get into is like the game's not won or lost a lot of the time in like these mid to late game team fights. The game is. We'll come back to that. It's very important we tick the 20% is what I call the 20%ers first. So let's just talk about where you should be directing a lot of your attention right now as an Ahri player and given your rank, right? So, all right. So let's talk about just trades. I think training is definitely a big problem of yours. And obviously a big part of it is not really understanding how kits interact like with you and LeBlanc. So if I were working with an average silver Ahri, I would be spending a lot of time working on what I call matchup understanding, right? So you did a pretty good job, like in the early lane, like playing around the cooldown. I like see how here, like you walked up when LeBlanc's W was on cooldown. I like that. I think that was really good. We kind of got obliterated to level 2. It's important to understand this poor trade, right? So take a look at this. See what LeBlanc did here. She used the W to kill those minions. Then the minions are all dead. You're exposed. And then she chains you.
So I can always hide behind the minions against LeBlanc to protect myself against the chain.
Yeah, so typically if I see the minions are getting low like this, I'm going to start positioning maybe a little bit behind the minions or whatever. Just, really trying to keep myself nice and safe from those chains, right? So you just expose yourself. And remember LeBlanc in the other game, she has a lot of damage. She kind of, you lost most of your HP here at level 2, which is definitely not ideal. I also noticed that you miss a lot of farms. So I want to get into that. Like, I do think it's a bit of a multifaceted thing. So all right. So let's talk about some minion fundamentals. This may sound basic, but I do want to spend some time on it. We know, for example, here that casters are squishier than melees, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And we also know that we know cannons also do the most damage. Melees do less damage than casters, right? So melees are tankier but deal less damage. Casters are squishier but deal more damage. Cannons do the most damage and they're tanky. Okay. So if you look at this and use some common sense, you've got 2 low casters getting bombarded by a massive wave of minions. What does that mean? What does that tell you?
They die quick. Yeah.
They're going to die quick, right? So there's no harm in like using abilities there to finish these. It can be tricky to time elastic here. And see how you're clicking away? But these minions are going to get fucking one shot. And so what this tells me is that you're not actually using this information in terms of how many minions are targeting what to help you guide how fast the minions are actually dying. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. To be honest, I never like. To me, it's like a minion's a minion. I haven't really put the thought process of like, okay, this is a caster minion, so it's gonna like die quicker. I haven't actually thought about that too much.
I think that's really, really important to understand because if was definitely through melees, well then you could probably take your time a little bit more. But it's 2 casters getting one shot. They're gonna get one shot. So in which case, sometimes in those scenarios, I don't mind using an ability or at least really like being attentive, right? So even here, right, I'm knowing that these minions are getting targeted by a lot of minions. So I know these are going to die first. So you need to kind of understand at a very basic level, the more minions that are hitting a singular minion, the faster it's going to die. And you need to use that information to really make it easier for you to farm. And I know that sounds a little bit basic, but you'd be surprised at how many people don't factor that in.
I love the basic tips, man, because I definitely didn't. So yeah, that helps.
Okay, so that's one element of it. So let's just quickly go through this. So what I'm looking for is I'm just going to look at a few trades. That's good. So this was good. That was good. Yeah. So, all right. So let's take a look at this trading pattern here, right? So LeBlanc's W range, right? We can see here. We'll see the range in a second. It's like there to there, right? Or something like that, right? So you're doing a good job spacing the W range, which is correct, right? But the problem is, see how you Q first? The problem with that is that she just baited out your Q and then you charmed. You just slammed your ability. So what you'd be better off doing in this scenario is is either just insta charm, and what that's going to do, even if she pops back, that's fine. She just wasted her W cooldown. That's her major trading ability. So you've just traded your E for her W. Great, we don't mind that. And then you can just go back to farming. But now that you wasted your Q and E, and then you run away, see how that doesn't make sense? You're running away when her abilities are on cooldown, and you've wasted both your cooldowns. See how that just that one trade fucks you completely?
I'm running back because my abilities are on cooldown too, is the thought process.
Right. Yeah, so I think a part of that is maybe you're not understanding, because like I guess she's disengaging as well, right? So you don't need to run back to Narnia. And also, I guess maybe it is the byproduct of you just wasting all of your abilities. But what I'm trying to get at is that the root cause of this problem, this is what I call matchup understanding. You don't know what LeBlanc's kit really does. You're reacting to this information instead of anticipating. So something that I would urge you to do, and I'm not saying we have to go super deep on this now, but in your own time, I would urge you to pick just like 2 or 3 trades in your lanes, like that don't go well, and just really try to make sense. Do you understand how the kit work? Did you anticipate that damage? Did you know what LeBlanc's kit was? Did you know what the ranges were? Like, and familiarizing yourself with that, because the way you're handling it is you're just sitting back in Narnia and getting zoned from the minions, when you could be up here and using your charm reactively and using these minions to block charms, which is going to give you access to this. So what's happening is that you're slapping a band-aid solution on your trading. Do you see what I mean?
So what would a good trade look like then? Because so I missed the Q, which means I also would have missed the charm. So if I charmed instead of Q'd, I think we have the same outcome, except I keep my Q. So I guess that's better.
Well, then if you charm and it lands, you can auto WQ.
Because I'm right there.
If it doesn't land. Yeah, so let's take a look at this one, right?
Yeah.
So let's say she W's in and she tries to trade on you, charm, you force her to disengage, cool. But that's fine. But I don't think, I mean, this is kind of a bit complex because she's trying to bait, she's kind of continuing the trade here, which I don't mind this, but I would just probably be, I guess, a little bit more patient with Qs. It's like timing the Qs with last hits, right? Because think about it. At some stage here, LeBlanc is going to have to try to get those last hits. That's when you would want to go for the Q. In my opinion.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So basically, like, I think a lot of this comes down to, from what you originally said, I'm not really looking to trade with LeBlanc at all, right? Because, I mean, like, let's be honest, if she can do that combo and my only saving grace is, let's see if I can land a charm, like, that's a pretty tough spot to be. Right. Yeah, totally. It is. You are on the back foot of the early game. Right. My point that I'm trying to make here, I guess, in a high level way, is like, this is actually a really important concept to talk about. You'll find there are many matchups in League of Legends. Let's take Akali matchups, LeBlanc matchups, Yasuo matchups, Fizz. These are all champions that what I call have very dynamic kits. So trading patterns don't play out the exact same way every single time. Now, if you were to verse a Malzahar, well, Malzahar doesn't really have many options with trades. You see what I mean? Yeah. So these are matchups that you're like, all right, well, I know that he can never jump onto me. He's not going to do some fuck shit. He's just going to either way. Or like a Garen or something. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Exactly right. So a lot of people struggle with these sorts of matchups because they don't have, there isn't some like codified, clean, black and white way that the trades are going to play out every single time. So in replace to that, what you're trying to understand is the principles of how the kits interact. Now, the principle of this matchup is hold your charm reactively to try and charm her when she dives in. You want to use the minions to block incoming chains. And then ideally, you know, hold waves in conservative positions and farm. That's the principle. Does that make sense? Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest takeaway here is I don't need to try to kill LeBlanc. I don't need to go crazy with my trades. I need to farm and look for the roams. Because I think like that even that first trade, I think that was really like the trade that we looked at before level 2. That was like the worst trade. And I feel like I never really even went for a trade after that. Because I'm like, screw that. I don't even need to necessarily try to trade here. Okay. So that's like massive, I think.
Yeah, so that was huge. So now let's get to the. So this was good. You based, you TP'd, you got your level. You got your level. I think you got level 6 here, and then you started to hover your jungler here. This was good. Now, look, if we're going to get a little bit nitpicky, right? What you maybe could have done here is being like, you might hover over. You might see that the moment the Gwen dies, you might be like, do I really want to use my R on Leona? Maybe not. But look, this is fine. I think this is good fundamental principles, right? There's heavy trading. Your jungler's in the area. There's kills. I like it. I don't have a problem with this. I think this is a fundamentally fine play. It's aligned with your champs reference points. Cool. I think if that's the sort of play you can go for, if you're going to do more of, good. So that was good. You get back on the map. We're farming. We're chilling. This was quite big. All right. So notice how, again, you're exposed past the wave. So the moment you see LeBlanc, you need to be keeping that distance and using that W movement speed to wiggle around and avoid that incoming chain.
Okay, yeah.
Does that make sense?
I feel like I don't usually use W to do that. I don't know why I never think of that. Just movement speed. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very, very, very important. That's the major use case of LeBlanc in most skill shot oriented matchups is the movement speed component. It's a very, very, very big thing for LeBlanc. Okay. For Ahri. So it's good. We're farming. We're chilling. We're farming. We're chilling. I see what you're doing here in between the waves. You're like hovering your jungler, panning your camera. This was beautiful. This is really good Ahri fundamentals, right? Because you're assessing. Do I need to be there? No. Yes. No. And then you're having adaptability. I love that. Really good. So this is good again. Hovering your team. This is amazing. Look at this, right? Your team was in the area. You had a bit of a man advantage. You had your R. You pulled the trigger. This was beautiful. You landed the charm. Great. I had no problem with this. This was really, really good. And this felt pretty good, right?
Yeah, that was like awesome. At this point in the game, I'm like, all right, this is very nice. Yeah, that was solid.
Yep. So you base come back. Farm. We're chilling. I think Yi died. We're chilling. We get some vision. By the way, with your warding, just a little side note, you don't need to always go all the way here to get the Fey Light. Like sometimes you can be a bit scared. So you might want to just like plonk a ward here or something.
Okay. Yep.
It's fine, but that's all good. So I like here what you do here again. So here your Yi was like hovering bot, ganking bot. Your job, you shoved and hovered, you panned your camera, you saw what was going on, play was done, go back mid. Really good. This was all beautiful. This was all great. Now, this is where the game imploded a little bit, in my opinion. This is probably your biggest mistake of the entire game, in my opinion. One of the biggest mistakes of the entire game. So basically what's happened here is that you decided to like try and stop this LeBlanc's recall. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I think you saw LeBlanc recalling, which, look, I'm not totally against if you want to do that. I think you would just go for like a very max range charm, I guess. Maybe. But then what happens, you walk up, you get very close, and then you see how you continue the trade? Right? Like you could have cut the trade short after because you actually dodged the chain, right? The chain got locked onto this. Now, if you just keep running and just chill, keep distance and go back to the wave, you're happy, right? Why?
I think she rechains me with her ult, maybe.
Yeah.
Then I get scared. That's why I end up ulting.
Yeah. You couldn't have died there anyway. She didn't really have any more abilities, but that's okay. But to see what I mean? So now what happened? We would then wasted our R, right?
And now needed it a second later.
Do something. Yeah, exactly right. And now LeBlanc kills Yi. So that's a really clear example of what I call desyncing pressure. You get chunked, you have to base, you have no R, and you can't complement your jungler. You're not on the same page as your jungler.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
When we were playing this game, I think I instantly was like, oh crap. But playing it back, I mean, I guess the same thing. It's like, as Ahri, I really shouldn't be looking to ult middle for that kill 1v1. Like that, it's just like, I really need to hold it for the jungle play, top or bot, like something. Because then he needed me, and I wasn't there for him. And we just kind of let the Mr. Yi down. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. So this was also another big one. Look, I don't want to get too into the specifics here, but just high level. At the late lane, LeBlanc's W one-shots the backline. So you'll see this here. So you're thinking you're safe, right? But then boom, W's, the minion wave implodes, you're exposed to the charm, and then you get obliterated, right? So, it is what it is. So typically late lane, what I would say the behavior change here is you just got to be very like careful. Like just let her shove you in essentially at this stage of the lane. Like,
Okay, that makes
And
sense.
just
Let
be a
her
little
shove, and then I'll clean up after, and then roam, kind of take turns.
Or just be anticipating, right, that she's gonna do this because you can kind of see with her body language that she's looking to do this. Right, she's not standing back here, right? She's standing here. That tells you that she's looking for something, right? So if you're anticipating that, you could instantly respond with your charm. But again, you're not really thinking about that, so you can't respond properly, and then it just kind of gets messy. So.
Yeah, no, that's really helpful. So it's like basically against LeBlanc, like mid game, like level 10-ish, first item or so. It's like she's just gonna one shot the wave, and I'm not safe behind the wave anymore at that point.
No, exactly right.
Cool.
Right, but notice how TP comes in handy here, by the way, because you could just base TP.
Yep.
Now, this was a big thing. So there's a few variables to understand, and all right, so we're gonna go back a little bit. And I want to give you some really, really important piece of advice here. So it's important throughout the game, this is what we call in our lull states, to press tab. Okay. And you need to have a constant awareness of who is fed and who is weak. Okay. So here we see, if when we press tab, and this was about 13 minutes in the game, that your top lane's getting fucked, right? This Volibear is really, really scary. Right?
Yeah, he's getting annihilated.
But on the flip side, Gwen's, I guess, average. Bot lane's kind of, average. And so this is probably the scariest member. And I guess your Senna's doing okay and your Yi's doing okay, right?
What about
So
the Ahri?
the reason-
How's the Ahri doing?
Yeah, but Ahri's doing fine as well, right? We got Malignance, we got R coming up soon. We're chilling, right? We're doing okay.
Pretty good.
Right?
Yeah.
And so now what happens when a fight breaks out like this, and if you know in the back of your head that Volibear's fed as fuck, it's going to be so much easier for you to like know how to pilot this scenario. Because the moment I see Volley like that, I'm thinking, oh, hell no. This is probably going to be a bit of a shit show. You know what I mean? So I already have an idea of likelihood of that fight being good or bad. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think, pressing tab more so I can like get game state information. I try to do it a lot like after waves and like when I'm backing,
Okay. Yep. Good. Very good. Now let's talk about this TP. Okay. So notice how your team is already on the dragon. So TPing on mid tower doesn't really make a lot of sense. So what you would do if you want to be here for the fight, you would TP here. So then, because then we can be with our team, we can play that kind of, fight and have adaptability. But now the fight breaks out, you're in Narnia, you can't be there, right?
I spent like 2 or 3 seconds looking for a ward, and I'm like, I'm just burning time. I'm just gonna go somewhere. But I didn't see that one right there. I was like, how did I not see that?
There's heaps, right? There's one there. Look at the minimap. There's like one there.
But like going to that one under Yi is kind of troll, right?
This one's not that bad. You're playing Ahri, right? So you can dive over that wall, this wall, like you're fine.
Oh, true. Even if I go there, I can insta ult.
Yeah, if need be.
Okay.
So yeah, just think about being there for fights. All right, so fast forward a little bit. I remember this was when Malphite came mid. Look, I don't mind if you wanted to go for this play because your team is committed R. I think it's fine. If you wanted to R here, I don't mind it, right? Your team is helping you. They've committed R. Typically, if your team is committed like a significant ultimate to make this play happen, usually you want to like say, all right, sure, buddy, let's make it work. So I if I had to be critical, yes, you should have R'd, but I'm not totally against the mindset of not R'ing because again, like you're not going to win off that kill. You're going to win off fighting with your Yi, right? So something to keep in mind.
Right.
Now, this here is another really, really big thing. Okay. So we've got to remember that Swain was our support, right? And it's not our Yi and it's not our Senna, right? So it doesn't mean you can't fight, but what it means is you want to protect yourself at all times. One of my favorite principles as a mid laner is hover over, assess, do what you can, but always have this mindset in the back of your mind of protect yourself at all times. Have an escape route. Have an escape exit, right? So what I would do is I would probably hover over because he's getting, he's getting killed. And then in the back of my mind, knowing that it's a support, I would just now try to disengage immediately, right? Which you kind of did. Volibear happened to flank you. It is what it is. But that's the principle, right? And again, knowing in your lull states that Swain is not your major win condition, that he is your major win condition, we would always want to be somewhat hesitant or somewhat cautious around fighting this guy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's actually really helpful because I think for me, I'm thinking of I'm just looking for a roam and helping my team. I'm not thinking I need to help my jungler, which is very different to help a support versus a jungler. Totally. So that's helpful.
Something that you need to understand is that Ahri is not a sole carry. Okay, she is kind of what I would call a secondary carry. Okay, so your job a lot of the time is to facilitate the other Fed member. Okay,
right.
So it's very and so this guy, this Malphite, he's never going to win you the game. He's fucked, right? No matter, it doesn't matter how much you try to help this guy, you can't. He's out of the game, right? So your job as an Ahri is to identify, well, who on my team is doing somewhat well that I can fight around that will allow me to like bring them on a pedestal, put them on a pedestal and allow them to do their job just that much easier and fight with them to win fights.
Right.
Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Who's my Kai? Who am I teaming with? It should usually be my jungler, but sometimes the jungler is getting owned. Maybe it's not.
Exactly right. Maybe it's not, right? Sometimes your jungler is getting fucked and then it's your top laner. You got a really fed top laner. So that means, again, you might want to say no to fights with your jungler and try to group up with your top, it just depends. So building that habit of understanding who's fed and who's weak is really critically important. All right, so this was another pretty big one.
I have a question. Like mid game, like I think it was right around here, our top was getting completely stuffed and I asked you like, should I help that guy? And you're like, no, never help a losing lane. I want to try to understand that philosophy because I don't know if I totally get it.
Okay, sure. All right, so let's use this. Let's use this example, right? Let's go all the way back here.
Yeah.
Let's go all the way back here. Around. Yeah, let's go. It's around here. Yeah. Okay. So this stage of the game, I believe your Malphite is like 1-3 or something, and I think Volley is like what 7-1 or 6-1, something like that, right? So the thing is there's two problems. Number one, good luck trying to kill a 6-1 volley bear, right? It's just not practical. How are you going to, like, how many resources are you going to have to throw at that volley bear to actually even kill him? Okay. Now, the kicker, even if you throw the fucking, everything in the fucking kitchen sink at this guy and you do somehow kill that volley bear, do you think that Malphite is now going to win that 1v1 and get pressure against the volley bear?
No, like no way. You have to like constantly help them, which isn't great.
Exactly right. So the return on that investment is so low, right? It's so low. Now, if the question is, if I put my resources towards that lane, will that fundamentally change how that lane plays out, or that champion's like interactions with that champion? If you kill that Volibear 2 more times, it still won't change the 1v1. Malphite's still going to get shoved in. Volibear's still going to have solo kill threat on Malphite. And Volibear's still going to be shoving and moving and running rampant around them. It doesn't change the game.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So, and the same principle would apply to like a bot lane getting completely smoked. You'd still not necessarily go
100%. It doesn't matter who it is, whoever's fucking behind, if they're getting smashed. Now, there's a very big difference between like your bot lane being like 0-1 or 0-2 versus like being 0-4, right? Now, if they're 0-1, 0-2, maybe that lane is salvageable, right? It's not like completely doomed. But if they're like 0-4, well then a lot of the time it's you don't want to go anywhere near that thing, right? It's not your not your job.
All right, that makes sense.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So think about, look at this. How the hell are you gonna help this? I mean, it's not possible. You couldn't even kill this guy if you tried anyway. Even if you 2v1'd him, he would 2v1 you guys, right? So it's just not practical. All right. so let's talk about like again just some basic principles in mid game. So mid game obviously is a big part of I think you feel very confused in mid game. So I want to give you a few things to latch onto. So the first thing you need to understand is that you've got 2 giant, let's call them like reference points, if you will, right? Reference point number 1 is as an Ahri, we want to be fighting around our other Fed members with our R, right? So R plus Fed member equals good, right? That's like a condition that we want to create, right? In some way, shape, or form.
Cool. Yep.
The other second giant thing we need to be considering is what is the next major neutral objective? Okay. So these are the two things that are constantly running in the back of your mind. So at this stage of the game, I'm in the sideline, I'm thinking, all right, well, we're probably not going to be fighting that rift. It's probably Dragon, I'm assuming, is going to be the next major neutral objective. Okay, so I've got that in the back of my head. And I've also got this in the back of my head, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're the two things that are guiding my principles. So now, you remember what I was saying here? I was saying, shove this out, shove this out, shove it out. Because what I'm thinking is I want adaptability for this in a minute 30. Right? So what I want to do is I want to catch this wave. I want to now back up. Right. And then I might want to hover mid in the meantime, if not recall or whatever. And so what I was actually trying to get you to do here, by the way, is collect this wave so that LeBlanc's going to have to react to it. And then I would want you to like loop over here and just while LeBlanc is reacting to that wave, you could be fishing for a pick on mid is what I was trying to get you to do.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like that's generally my mid-game plan. I'm looking for that next objective. I'm holding the cooldown for it. I'm like trying to be there nice and early. Like I feel like that's kind of like very standard mid-game. And like that, like this game actually kind of went similar to a lot of my games. So it's actually really good we're getting coached. Is the early game, you know, didn't go great. I mean, it went okay. We got some picks for middle and bottom, but like, you know, like top got smoked, like early game, maybe not so good. So we were behind going into mid game. And then it was a really good mid game. Like this is actually very standard for my games. It's like, we can kind of somewhat carry the mid game. It felt good. We're farming up. We actually kind of come back and then we throw the end game. Kind of like how I told you before the coaching session. This is actually what happens quite often, you know?
Yeah, okay. Well, let's make sense of it, right? I do want to go over like sequence by like a few of these major sequences, right? Remember this one where we covered top, we had TP, and then your Yi died? Remember what I said? Well, give Dragon, right? We're not going to be fighting that Dragon, are we? Because Yi's dead. And remember this one?
Yeah.
And then we just shoved that top, we shoved it all the way out, we shoved it all the way out, we shoved it all the way out.
This was like I think one of the macro decisions I wouldn't have seen. I think I probably would have went to that and died, to be honest.
Yep. Remember what I tried to say after is trying to be display. Because what I was looking for here is I saw your team fighting. I saw LeBlanc really overextended. I saw your Yi in the area and I'm thinking, oh, there is probably a fight going on here, right? So I think the TP was fine. Like, I think if I'm just being a little bit nitpicky, like where you could have actually TP'd is like there or there. And that way, like you could be coming in from the side and just be more synced up with your Yi rather than being like front to back. But
and yeah, I need to get better at looking at the wards. Like they seem so obvious now that I'm looking at the map. But I remember at the time I was like, I need to get there. I can't see anything, so I'm just going. But like now looking at it, it's like I can clearly see them.
Yeah, but this was good, right? You're fighting with your team. Like this ended up being really good. I had no problem with that. That was really nice.
It worked out. But yeah, if I went to that other ward, I think we would have cleaned up way harder.
Yeah, and so this is a thing that I'm also noticing as well. Like if we look at the sequence, right? So you hover mid, right? We're fighting with our Yi. I think Gwen just died. This is all good, and then we see right here that like the Avengers are fucking walking into the river here, right? And look at your path here.
It's a little aggressive, yeah, because they can just cut me off and I die.
It's very aggressive, right? So what you would do is just you can walk this way, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Or even just chill out, let that wave come out a little bit and you chill over here. Like, yeah, I want you to, there's a mindset that I think I really want you to get comfortable with Ahri. And this is for champions. Remember I was telling you a lot, like in this game to like hover mid. Remember I was saying this a lot, like hover mid. Okay. And I can see you're a bit uncomfortable doing this because maybe you felt like you were taking mid farm.
Yeah, I definitely felt like I was taking mid farm. Yeah. I was like, I should be top right now.
Yeah, so the mindset, the reason I say this is because Ahri is a champion that has engage, right? And so mindset a lot of the time on Ahri is like you want to go fishing, right? A really cool thing to play around with is like, okay, well, if I just sit around the area and I sit off around the edges and someone is like out of position, I could just fucking go. You know what I mean? And so because I saw that your Yi was somewhat in the area hovering around that river, I'm like, why don't you just fish around a little bit? You know what I mean? Hover around a little bit, see what happens. And then the moment I saw your Yi back up and reset, that's when I said, go top. Does that make sense?
It does, but like I want maybe more clarification because okay, so go back a second where I'm in middle.
Let's go back
Okay,
over
so
here.
right here.
Yeah.
So like right here to me, the Senna's collecting mid farm. There's no actual objective for almost 2 minutes. And for me sitting in mid, I feel like I'm burning CS. Like I feel like I'm getting weaker than I should be. Because I mean I can take it from Senna, but let's say I give it to Senna. I'm just like getting weaker than I should be. And it feels like I'm not like maximizing the amount of CS I get. So a lot of times this game, like if I was playing this game myself, I think my CS would have been quite a bit higher. But I wouldn't have been there for the important fights. I think we would have lost. We would have lost sooner.
What's a double edged sword? You're always trying to balance. How do I be there for major fights? Because at the end of the day, you can be as strong as you want. If you're not there for fights, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Because your team's just going to die, and you're not going to have any impact, right?
Right.
So the problem you're trying to solve is adaptability. So what I see coming off this recall is like, okay, well, yeah, there's no neutrals, but your team is posturing quite aggressively. You have no TP. So if you were to run straight top out of base and your team fights here, well, what the fuck are you going to do about it?
Yeah, I mean, I could think in my head, like, why is my team fighting there? There's no objective. Let me farm up for a bit.
That's the giant, what you've just said there is the giant narrative of the low elo community, right?
Right, no, I was saying it in jest, but yeah.
Yeah, no, like that's the thing. What you hit the nail on the head. Like even you said it jokingly, it's like, why is my team fighting? If only they just didn't do that, right? And it's like, well, that's League of Legends. The moment you show on that top wave, well, if you're the enemy, what are you going to be thinking? Fuck yeah, let's go.
Right.
Right. And the enemy have a lot of engage. They have a LeBlanc, right?
Is there a champion where going top there makes more sense, or is it really dependent on my TP cooldown?
Well, look, if you felt as though there was no chance of you ever winning that fight, right? Like it doesn't matter, like you're going to lose a fight here no matter what, then yeah, fine, just go topside. It is what it is. But like, or maybe you had TP, but you know, you're an Ahri with ultimate coming up in 10 seconds. Your Yi's quite strong, hovering in the area. Like what I probably would have done is just hover mid, just assess. Okay. And then the moment I realized, okay, the Malphite's dead, the play's looking a bit shit, then I would ping danger, and then run top.
Okay.
Okay,
so if I am going to go top, it needs to be after I know there's no play happening, and if the play's bad enough, I can say, don't do that, let me then go farm. But I can't just go top, not say anything, and then my team runs in and dies because they expect my help. Got it.
That's worst case scenario.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
All right, so this is kind of whatever. LeBlanc tried to catch you off from rotation. I don't want to go too deep on that. It's whatever. We'll fast forward. Yeah, your team kind of fought. We gave the next dragon. This was good. Yeah, so this was another example, right? So again, see how LeBlanc and Volibear are topside here? And what ends up happening is that you catch this wave and you just walk, you just face check the jungle.
Yeah, it's hard to watch in retrospect. I don't know what I was thinking here. Yeah.
So I think the reason you're making this mistake is that I think you're just not really putting enough mental sack energy. I mean, this LeBlanc's spot fed, right? She's quite strong. So you need to just give her that respect, right? That's what she's looking to do, is make those picks on split targets. So that's all right. I just wanted to highlight that. Yeah, so this is good. And okay, so yeah, this was really good, right? Your team was fighting, you R'd over. Like, don't be afraid to R in earlier, by the way, because remember, you get the reset on your R when you get assists. So if you see they're going in, they're sending it, and they're getting low, like, just get in there. Just fucking get in there. I
waste a little damage if I do it sooner, right? Because then I don't get that first.
Yeah, but the positive is that you get to the fight faster, so you can be there and, like, you know, save your team, right? So it's like it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good. Clean them up, farm, and then we got Dragon coming up, so we try to run up through mid here as a team. Yeah, like, this was a bit fucked. Like, look, in general, your team is going to be coming in together, group, but everyone's split, so it was a bit weird. I just would have liked to see you immediately TP here, so you could be next to your Yi. But for some reason, you just didn't TP. It took you too long to TP, and so now Yi's going in, and you're not there. But if you're there now, you could maybe charm the Gwen. Maybe you one-shot the Gwen with the Yi, and who knows? Maybe you can win this fight, right? But you're just late. You were just kind of late.
Okay.
Again, another example, just send it. So this was good. And see how here, like I would have just urged you to just R in again. See how they're getting low, right? So like this guy's low, like just R in again. See, because you're going to get that reset, right? You can just kill them all. That's what I was saying. Just slam your head on the keyboard and just smash all your buttons, right? Like a lot of your damage comes from your R.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I definitely think there was miscomms on that TP. I thought you said don't TP. I was like going to TP, and I thought you said don't. Okay. So then I was like running the lane. But that was just comms. The next dragon though is the one I was still like really confused about, because like that one looked good, and I thought the next dragon should have looked similar, and it didn't. So like the next one I was one where I was really confused.
Let's go 3 more sequences very quickly, and then we can play again. Right? So okay. Here, when you're R'ing in, don't go for a max range charm. What you should do here is R again, make them use their flashes or their dashes, then charm.
Make them squirm if you would actually, yeah,
make them exactly right. So just hold it a little bit, goes a long way. All right, so this was this next dragon. Fast forward, this one here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so same thing.
Early, we're here.
Well, you're just not close enough to the Yi. Like you're not on the same screen as Yi. It's really that simple, right? Your Yi's moving in from bot side. So you need to have the awareness that your Yi's moving in from bot side. So you needed to adapt earlier and be there, right? So if I were you, I would be like, interesting. My Yi's moving in from bot. So I would have already now started just moving over here to be right next to him, because he's your Fed member. You want to fight with that guy, right? And then if you were next to Yi, this whole situation's not that bad, right? Because you could peel the Yi from the Leona, right? Maybe you one-shot the Leona, he gets the reset. I don't know. Maybe you one-shot Caitlyn. I don't fucking know. But the principle that I want you to follow there, very simply, is that you're just not there with your jungler.
Okay, so this is good because once again, like with the ganks, I think in my head, I'm with my team. I haven't really been thinking with Ahri, I'm with my jungler. I'm more just like, hey, I'm with my team. I'm here to fight. Let's go. I haven't really put it together of like flanking with a jungler. I haven't really thought about that, so that's good to know.
It's very, look, I don't want to get, it's very niche, right? The principle, again, the high level principle in your ELA bracket, it's all about principles. The principle is, who's my Fed member? How do I fight with my Fed member? That's fair
enough. Yeah, it could technically be the top or the ADC, but he's the Fed guy, so I need to support him, and I kind of just wasn't there for him. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
All right, so I think play again. Let's go for round 2. So what I want you to emphasize, I want you to same thing. Continue to play around that R, build that awareness of your jungler, build that awareness of who's fed and weak in the game, and then we'll just chip away. We'll go again and see what happens.
Sick. Yeah, wow, there's definitely a lot there. I'm trying to simplify and think of like big stuff. I guess yeah, the Fed member, which happened to be the Yi here, is the person I need to think about most of my plays happening with. And if he's back, I can kind of back. If he's on the map looking for a fight, I need to be there to support him. That early fight, I used my ult, and he died because of it, and things snowballed out of control. That one dragon fight, I wasn't there for him. Okay.
And dude, that was a hard game. Think about it. You had a hard matchup. Your top lane got annihilated. Your bot lane didn't really do, they were doing okay. And your Yi died fucking 5 times by 12 minutes. And you nearly won that game.
It was close, yeah. Like I said, though, it's really weird. A lot of my games kind of look like a really rough start. I don't snowball in many games. I feel like it's very rough starts. And then, somehow it's a miracle of a mid game. And then we throw. It's a kind of like the story of my experience in Silver here. That's why I told you, mid games actually are the one part of my gameplay where it's they kind of go well usually somehow, even if we're losing, and then we end up just losing anyway. But no, there's a lot to learn there. I really think the tip with the Yi, or the tip with the carry, just be there for the big member. It's good.
And that's why, by the way, a lot of people struggle with Ahri. Okay, that's why the league community struggles with Ahri, because they don't play Ahri like that kind of secondary carry. That's the big reason. That they don't emphasize their jungler's location. They don't think about who else is fed on the team. They're just thinking me.
But would that principle stay true even if I was Diana? Somewhat.
Yes and no, not to the same degree. I mean, Diana still is a champion that wants to be there for major fights around neutral objectives, and you do want to be fighting with your jungler in 2v2s. The only difference is that Diana probably just has a little bit more like, I mean, she's just just a much stronger laner, right? So you can solo kill your laner.
Right.
And you can snowball from lane, right? So it's like a very different archetype in that sense.
Okay. Man, because I think that's what I'm struggling with too. Because I'm jumping around between champions, but I think there's different goals with each champion. And
different reference
like on an
points.
Ahri, it's like, okay, I think now you've told me exactly what I need to do. Just hit 6 and hit those roams and hit the 2v2 skirmishes. Like, great. With preferably with a fed guy, like that, awesome. But if it's different with Diana and then different with who else have I played? Like Vhagar, and then different with all of these champs.
very
It's like, dang, yeah, no wonder I'm setting myself up for failure just hopping between champions then, because it's like what am I actually trying to do here?
Yeah, especially if you're jumping between champs that have different identities. If you're jumping between, let's say, Vhagar and then like Victor and then Asol and then Malz and then Brand or something, it's like, okay, well, it's not that bad because the champs all have similar like ideas and reference points. But you're going from Diana to Ahri to Lux to Vhagar. It's just like, well, you're kind of playing 5 different games, right? You're playing 5 different mini games.
I wonder if all of my picks should have similar roles. So even if I swap champs, I can kind of like play the same kind of role. Like, would you suggest that or not necessarily?
Well, typically when I'm working with silver players, I tend to recommend you have a champ pool of 2 and you have champions that have a little bit of overlap, right? In terms of like similar-ish like styles, but they're not identical. So you have diversity in draft. So a classic pool might look something like, I don't know, Vhagar and Ahri, right? Where it's like they're both mages, they both cast skill shots, they both have a bit of CC, but Ahri has mobility and can be played into high threat comps, and Vhagar, can be played into lower threat compositions.
Cool.
That would be like an example, right?
Sweet, that makes sense.
But I will say, like in general, if you wanted to get results, like the most, like if you only cared about, let's say, climbing and improving, OTPing temporarily is the best way. Like if you just played 60 games of Ahri, like you're going to be an infinitely better player, right?
Yeah,
You'll improve faster. But this is not fun. Not a lot of people do that. Because,
I actually don't mind playing the same champ a lot, but like what I actually normally do more of a one-trick style. So like what I've done in the past is like play 50 to 100 games on one champ. If I'm liking it, then keep going, and if not, then put 50 or 100 on a new one. So I did like basically 150 Diana games last year, I think. Right. And then this year I did like close to 100 Rise games, and I was like, okay, Rise is sick, but like I'm going to try something new. And then I picked up Syndra, I think, from there, and then I was like 20 something games in, and then I was like, you know what, I think kind of for the sake of the stream and content too, I was like, I'm just gonna like try some more champs because like nothing seems to be working anyway. So I was like, I'm just gonna like kind of branch out. But like normally, yeah, just like I would just play one, and then anyway, I've been playing Diana today, and I've had like my best games, and everyone's like, oh wow, you're really good at Diana, and I'm like, no, I just have 150 games on her.
Yeah, you already have the mastery, right?
I've just played more of this champion than any of the other ones by a mile. I also think she's kind of easy, but yeah.
Well, it's interesting because Diana, I would say it's kind of a bit of a mixed bag, right? Like I think there are elements of her lane that are very streamlined, right? Like land your Q, jump in with your E, press your W. You're gonna win the trade every single time.
Yeah.
But the challenge of Diana is that once you're in, right? Your fighting can be very unforgiving.
Yeah, that's why I just try to build Zonias as quick as I can, which is kind of maybe terrible, like pathing. But I find like if I just get a quick Zonias, I at least have I can get in there, get the kill Zonia, then my team actually helps me, and then get fed off that.
Like I
kind of
think
weird.
it's not bad as like a third item or whatever, but like a lot of people, Diana's just one of those champs that like if you know your limits and you know how much damage you can do, she can be incredibly effective. But if you don't know your limits, holy moly, you can be completely useless.
Yeah, I just feel like in late game, I'm like very late game on Diana, I'm kind of useless, but early mid is like crazy.
Yeah, a lot of damage. You win like a lot of lanes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to think. lot of stuff to internalize here. A lot of really good stuff, bro.
Yeah, I just think I really believe in just high level principles first. Like, get comfortable as if you know how to think as an Ahri, you know where to direct your attention, you know what's important and what's not important. You kind of know what you're trying to achieve. It will solve a lot of your problems. A lot of the other things will come more intuitively. And then we can build on that, right? That will give you a good foundation.
Sick. Cool. All right. I'm trying to think what other massive takeaways I should think about from that game besides the play with the Yi.
Yeah. I'll say the other one. I think that one thing that actually did surprise me, by the way, I think your camera panning is actually quite good. A lot of people do struggle with camera control. I think your camera control was above average, which I think did make it easier for you to identify like what plays were good or bad. So I did like that. I think that's definitely something you want to look to replicate.
Okay.
And yeah, like you were saying, I remember when we were in the game, you're saying, wow, I still would have went to that fight, even though my team died here. My jungler died here.
Yeah, I have a habit of doing that because I feel bad that they died. So I just kind of like die with them to make them feel a little better. You know what I mean? Like everyone else died, so I might as well die too. Like survivor's guilt, kind of.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I've noticed in the league community, one of the things that you got to iron out very quickly is this idea of like trying to help your team, right? It's a very like, I know it sounds kind of toxic, but the way you help your team is by kind of just making the most high percentage plays and being as strong as possible. But if you're just going in and suiciding with them, you might make them feel a little bit better and appease their ego, but you're actually ruining the game because you can't help them on the back end. You can help them later on if you're still strong, you know?
Right. No, I totally. I think the mindset of right when you said, "Oh, Yi's dead, plays over," it's like, "Oh, okay." I think I generally think in terms of numbers, like, oh, we have 3 versus 3 or 2 versus 4. Like 2 versus 4 is bad. 3 versus 3, like, oh, it could get in there. But the way you're thinking is Yi's dead, it's over. Like this guy.
Well, he was your Fed member as well.
Everyone else is weak. It makes sense.
Everyone else is weak. Yeah, and that's where that's what calibrating who's fed and who's weak is so important. That's why that fight. Remember there was that fight on Dragon, and the millisecond volley showed up. Even though it was like a 4v4, I'm thinking, I don't think you win this. I don't think this is good, right? Because it's all relative to who's strong and who's weak, right?
Right. So pressing tab, assessing who's strong, who's weak, and then supporting. All right. That's a good takeaway. That's really, really good.
And later on, when you start to get very, very sophisticated with the game, you'll be able to press tab and you'll be able to look at a fight and you'll know with like 98% certainty exactly how that fight is going to play out.
Right.
Before it even happens. And that's why a challenger player, like, Pro Belter is, an incredibly good player, will just look at a scenario and be like, oh, yeah, that's not good. You can't do that. Or that's going to work. You should do that. Like he's had so many repetitions. He's had so many games that he could just look at a play instantaneously without even within a split second know if that fight's going to be good or bad. And that's mastery, right? That's mastery.
Yeah. I think I understand the fights a bit more when I'm playing Diana. Oh, because I have more games. Yeah, I have more games on Diana because I'm just like, on Diana, it's like I think I know when we're gonna win or lose the fight like pretty easily because I just kind of can feel it out. But yeah, when I'm playing I played a couple games of Lux and I played a couple games of Lux it's probably like pretty awful with. I'm like, I think we can do this, and then I just miss everything. It's like, no, we just get run over, or vice versa. Sometimes we'll just like kind of win. It's like, oh, okay, I just kind of press shields here. But yeah, on Diana, it's like, it's because I have more games. I think that's got to be it.
Champ mastery, baby.
Yep. Okay. Well, that is good. That is good, Curtis. That is legendary.
I'm glad you're glad things clicking.
Yeah, I think there was definitely a couple aha moments. I think also the pinging. If I am gonna go top and leave my team, and the mid, you actually had me do it twice that game. One in mid, when when I was leaving, we got the, like 2 turrets, and you're like, just keep spamming them, don't fight. I never do that. I usually ping like once, like one singular ping, and then my chat always flames me. They're like, bro, you gotta like spam that. So then sometimes I'll ping like twice. But yeah,
yeah. Communication's a really big part of the game, right? Like if you know that a situation is bad and you can influence that play with good quality pings, well, then why not, right? It's interesting because I think a lot of people are afraid because it's like, I can't control my team. You're right. You can't control your team, but you can influence your team.
Yeah. I think if I think a lot of it's down to confidence, because when I'm carrying the game on Diana and I can like, I'm like in the flow of things, like I think I have more confidence to ping, but I'm just like kind of getting owned and I'm a little lost. I'm like, I mean, I don't really know if they should go Baron here. I think we should, but I'm not going to spam it 15 times if I'm not sure. So I'm not sure. I only ping like, once or twice and be like, what do you guys, it's almost like what do you guys think?
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Should we go Baron here or no?
I feel you.
Yeah.
That's reasonable, right? That'd be psychopathic if you had no idea. You're like, fuck it, just
let's do this. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I usually get off around now. I mean, could try to get into
you, man. There's no rush. We can go again another time if you want to take a break. We can. I'm easy. No rush. Totally on you.
Chat, what do you guys think? Don't really see anyone saying much. We have learned a lot. Maybe let's see if we can put it into practice. Okay, fine. Let's do one more. The thing is, I don't know how much I'm gonna have time to review after the game. We can maybe do like a super fast, but yeah, you should get off like right now.
We'll do a quick skim. We'll do a quick skim. All right, give me a sec. I'm gonna duck off to the bathroom. I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah, sounds good. Holy crap, guys! I'm learning so much. Like it's just like. I definitely do feel pretty overwhelmed, but I think that like one thing of just like helped the carry, and also with Ahri to just hold her cooldowns for the skirmishes, not necessarily trying to win the lane. Because if I'm trying to win the lane, I don't have the cooldowns for the skirmishes, and I want my cooldowns for the skirmishes. Like those two things, cooldowns for skirmishes and help to carry, I think are really, really big for Ahri. Focus on one thing you learned this session. Yeah, I mean, those are the big two, I think. There's like way more. But those are like really big points. Ahri's a good champ for you. Big learning. Yeah, we're definitely learning on Ahri. I mean, I have much better games on Diana, but... yeah. Is League harder than WoW? I mean, they're different games at the end of the day. There is more going on in a game of League, though, in the sense that WoW is just first to kill, and it's team deathmatch, essentially, or like not even team deathmatch, just if you die, you lose. Whereas League, it's like, there's objectives and a map and this and that. Welcome back. Let's see what's going on. Ahri's much harder to convert to a win since you need to stay ahead. Yeah, I feel that. Okay. 1, check scoreboard. 2, help carry. 3, TP awareness. Yeah. Check the scoreboard, see who's honing, kind of go from there. Don't become the weakest member that feeds over and over. I would like to think that doesn't happen too often, although it does sometimes happen to me, where, I feel like it's actually more frequent than I would care to admit, to be honest. Someone goes, "That's me." Okay, we're loaded up in this next game. We're just about. It looks like I'm laning against Xerath. I don't know if I need to change any runes, but it's at my same setup.
It's fine. We'll just leave it. I think it's all good.
Cool. So, Lux support. Vigar is going for the ADC role. Set top and Wukong jungle. All right.
Yeah, so Xerath, right? Let's quickly talk about Xerath, okay? So Xerath, again, a lot of skill a lot of skill shots, right? So what I want you to really focus on is be moving around a lot. You want to ideally, I would say, more so stand outside the wave, actually, because you don't want to give Xareth like those massive AoE Qs and Ws through the wave onto you as well.
Right.
And I want to see you using that W kind of reactively, I would say.
To dodge
To avoid
the Q.
Avoid skill shots. Yeah.
Cool. I never do that. Okay.
I'm older than all of
Okay.
you.
We're playing dodgeball, right? Is what we're doing in this lane. This is a
Cool.
dodgeball matchup.
I have played it into his Xerath. I know his ult is like there's like circles on the ground. You have to dodge those, and then there's a lot of like massive
Also-
lines.
Very quickly, we're going to change strategy in this lane. We're not holding waves, we're shoving a lot. Okay, we're going to be shoving. This is the strategy of these sorts of champions, all right?
Wait, from level 1 we're shoving?
Minions have
Yeah, we're going to be auto-attacking as much as humanly possible. You're going to be constantly standing outside the wave, auto. When you get Q, smashing out waves, we're going to just be shoving a lot.
And that's
right?
because
we
it's
wanna-
not an assassin, it's a mage.
Mortal lives are
Yeah,
so
yeah.
fleeting.
Generally, mage matchups, we want to kind of contest the shove. Yeah.
Okay. And if like LeBlanc's an assassin, so I want to chill.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to understand why.
Yeah, we can get a little bit into that later.
Hey, I dodged it. Let's go.
Yeah, good
I
movement.
just didn't want to miss the CS, so I used my
Yes,
W.
perfect. Great. I love that. Yeah, just keep autoing. Focus on the
Okay.
last hits.
That's a mage, and well, I am focused on it. I will tell you that much. Hey, dodged it again. So he doesn't have an ability, so I get to like an electrocute.
Well done.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go for this next last hit here. And got it. Dodge that. Last hit. I missed one.
Yep, you can go for a Q through the wave onto the Xerath whenever you find an opportunity. This is what we call high value Qs through the wave onto Xerath.
Oh, he gets me there. Missed it.
Remember, we want to make sure we're standing outside the wave.
Okay.
Yep, like there. Yep. Keep smashing autos. Yep, feel
Would
free
you
to
go
Q
E
through the
here or
wave as
Q?
well. Yeah, E's fine.
Memories stir within me.
It's a cannon.
Going really well.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Eyes on me.
Electrocute.
He has been slain.
I'm
An
living
ally
my
has
life.
been slain.
Well done. Very nice. Get a ward out if you want. Yep. Smash out those waves. Keep autoing. Keep queuing.
A body nourished, a soul fat.
5 months already?
I'll have them chasing their tails.
Should I help that?
Nice. Yeah, you can hover. Looks like play's done. So go back mid.
An enemy has been slain.
Nice. Keep shoving him.
The world is mine to discover.
I don't know if that's worth
Nice. That's good. Really good. Okay. Woo! Clean.
it. Okay, we're out of here?
Reset.
Or
You
one
can shove
more?
one more if you want. Probably shove one more into a reset.
Okay.
Yep. Queue it one more time and then reset. Nice. Well done.
I'm just gonna leave that last one.
Yeah.
I lived and live in eternity.
And
Okay,
then like back here. Oh,
Yeah, back up around the corner. Yep. So I would actually go again, instead of Lost Chapter, I would go tier 1 just boots, Dark Seal, and then like an Amp Tomb. And sell your pot for a refill. Yeah. Yeah. And then TP. Yeah.
Live
Oh.
with
Good.
no regret.
shoot.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Because you want a bit of movement speed into these control mages, because they are very skill shot oriented, so movement speed will help you a lot.
So, that's looking sick, but I'm not 6 yet, so we're not doing it right.
Yep. Wait till we get our level 6.
I'm on. But I'm not.
Same principles. Shoving out those waves.
One more shove and look at, like, ah, crap.
Yeah, so just build that awareness of your jungler's location. Keep popping waves.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been
Yep.
slain.
You can hover bot a little bit in between the waves. Pan your camera, see what's going on. Okay.
So,
No, go back mid.
yeah, doesn't look good since he
Yep.
has that crab. Looks like
Yep.
the first Drake is happening. Could have W'd and avoided that, I think.
That's alright.
An enemy has been slain.
Don't tempt me.
Beautiful.
Am I helping
Pop your
this?
jungler a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
think you really need help this guy. I think he's top. You could just go back mid. Just keep an eye out just in case.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think you're fine.
Place reminds me
Oh,
of
Nautilus.
Just run. Use your W. Movement speed.
Oh, crap.
It's fine. Xaryu has no mana.
much.
You're fine. Just run. Yep. Just reset, honestly. You can just reset here if you want.
Can we get Drake off of it? I mean, he's
Yeah.
pretty Should I stay?
No, it's just reset.
Oh, crap.
don't worry.
I just
It's fine.
canceled it,
It's fine.
sorry.
It's fine. That's all good. Alright. The reason you could have reset is the wave wasn't crashed, so you actually could have stayed. But that's fine. It's still fine to stay. Alright, good. Beautiful.
Crap.
I don't
Yeah,
mind.
Malignant.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's a bit of an awkward bait. I just buy the fucking mana crystal. Yeah, just go back to lane. We'll come back later.
Okay.
Bit of an awkward amount of gold, but it's fine. So, what do we see? Right, top's doing all right. Bot's
Yeah,
doing
Set's
okay.
doing solid. So Set and Wukong's doing well too. I mean, everyone's kind of doing
Everyone's doing
decent.
pretty
Yeah.
Yeah,
Much better
A
game
lot
than
of
last game.
options. A
Okay,
lot
this
of
is looking
options, right?
looking decent. So I maybe shove this and look bot potentially.
Shove and hover if you want. Yeah.
He's just
You can
kind of
also shove
freezing
and
it
hover
out.
top. What's going on top?
He's kind of getting smoked. Like one more wave.
So your
and-
support's dead bot. They're resetting, so I wouldn't hover bot. I would hover top if anything. So shove pop in the wave. Yep.
Okay.
Shove, shove, shove. Maybe get a plate because Xaryu is basic.
Okay. I need to ward somewhere, right?
Yep. Get a ward at some stage as well.
Remember this moment.
Okay, nice. Cool.
That bot play, like my guy's back.
Yeah, so maybe we look in between next wave. You might want to shove another wave first, and then we can
Okay.
maybe hover. See what's going on.
W to
Nice.
dodge, baby. There we
There
go.
we go. Really good.
First time I've done that ever, I think.
Really important.
Well, I just ate all that now, but it's the principle.
Yep. Now hover bot. See what's going on. Okay, see. Can assess. Your jungler's also entering top. So what I would do here is I would hover top side now because your jungler is starting to hover top, right? So we
Okay.
do want to be hovering our jungler for the most part. So go back to mid. Okay, look at top. Look at top. Just make sure you're aware of what's going on there.
An enemy has been slain.
I want you to hover your character on top side now.
Okay.
Run, run, run. Here we go.
Dr. E's over here. Ah, crap. I'm a little late for it.
I should have left home years ago.
Yeah, so if you were leaning on the top side of the lane there towards your
Okay.
jungler, you would have actually had first move, right?
Yeah.
So it's alright.
Light up my
Nice, good trade.
I broke the fundamental of the no,
Yep, there's the fundamental.
but it seemed kind of
Useless.
good.
No, it's not worth it. Alright, so now what you need to do is you need to reset. You need to reset.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. I knew I was breaking a fundamental though, which is better than not knowing I'm breaking a fundamental.
Yeah, exactly right.
Or maybe it's
Except
worse
it's-
actually. Because then at least I can't even plead ignorance.
Yeah, it's alright. Because they're waiting base for 800 gold, a bit
For
more
the
than you can get
boost,
your
yeah.
swords. Yeah. Yeah, nice. All right,
TP
so
for 5.
game's looking pretty good. I wouldn't TP, just walk, you're
I
fine.
hear the
So,
winds.
again, game's looking good, right? Your jungler's rock and rolling, right? Your jungler's looking pretty nice. Bot's doing, everyone's doing all right. So you have a lot of options, but priority number 1 is always, you know, hovering your jungler, right? Always want to be hovering the side of your jungler if they're doing okay. All right, so we have ulti in 60. So I just want to chill out a bit, maybe get this wave and get a ward. Yep, nice. Might be able to get a plate here. Use your W when he comes to block, get her out of skill shots. Nice.
An ally has been slain.
30 seconds on R. Keep popping those waves. I want you to make sure your Qs are also going through the casters, not just the melees, right? I really want you to focus on queuing through the whole wave.
So fleeting.
Okay.
Do I ever just TP
Deep.
bot right now?
Pan your camera, you can assess, but it looks like the play's over, I think. Yeah, it looks a bit over.
Dude.
Okay. Alright, we're chilling. Alright, so jungle's on bot side very low. Top's also pretty heavy trading. Top's looking juicy, honestly.
That's like, we want that Drake though, right?
I carry
Yeah,
the legacy.
yeah, it's a bit of a bad time to roam top, I would say, in general. Okay, hover your jungler. Okay. Should be able to do drag here. Xerath roam top side, so we get free dragon. We have got TP, so if this play looks over, we could consider a TP top soon, but it looks like jungler could be in the area here, so still save with your Wukong. Yi could be here. Yeah, there's Yi. Keep an eye out. Here we go.
We go for the doctor?
Yeah, there we go. See what's going on. Yeah, I think this is reasonable. Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Oi! Oi! Next. Nice. Alright. Get back to... You need a reset.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can base TP back mid. Go,
Yep.
go, yep. Alright, so good principles. Really good fundamentals. Okay.
Can I buy anything else
Hey.
or nah?
No, that's it. Perfect. All right, so same thing, really. I think you got 2 dragons in your back pocket, right? So
Yeah.
just keep complementing that
Amazing.
that jungler. Keep being there for those fights. We've got R coming up in 70 seconds. Right, so just shoving ward again.
So Set's dead, right?
Yeah, not really much we can do there. I don't really... You can hover a little bit, but just be very careful. Looks like the play's done anyway.
Okay.
Make sure when you're placing your vision, if you can later on, place it on the ledge, not in the bush, like just on the ledge, over the wall.
Like here?
Yeah, but on the other side, on bot side. Yeah, down there.
Oh, like put the ward there?
Yeah. Give you more vision. You can also got a blue buff that you could get in a sec, so I'd pop this wave and then grab that blue buff afterwards.
I dodged it again with W.
Yep, well done. So much easier, right?
And way easier to dodge with W. I didn't think of that.
Simple. Okay. Looks like there's a fight happening topside. Play's done. Okay. So look how OP the movement speed is, by the way, on the W. It's so nice.
I missed the blue buff. We don't know where Mr. Yee's at either, so I guess we're...
Yeah, so what I would do,
Hover
you have
top.
Malignance in base, just shove and reset. You got to shove and reset because you got a big item, right, in base. You're Malignant. So
Yeah.
this is a great reset opportunity. Your jungler's basing as well. It's syncing up our pressure here together.
I think I missed that cannon. That's rough.
Fun together. Don't you think?
Okay. So,
Yeah,
again,
Dragon
press
2
tab.
minutes.
What's going on?
Yeah,
Dragon 2
Set's
minutes.
strong.
What else we see?
Everyone is strong. Maybe Veigar's like a little weaker, but...
Yep, looking good.
Okay.
Rampage.
So we have R, which is excellent. We got next neutral, Rift in 30 seconds. We also got Wukong on top side. Looking pretty juicy here. Here we go. Fuck him up.
Am I allowed to use ult there because
Yeah.
Wukong's here?
Yep, you're fighting with your jungler. It's great. Get back on mid wave. Shove the mid wave. Right? What you can do right now is just get mid. Just fucking hit mid tower. There's nothing else for you to do, really. You already use your ulti. Gareth is dead. Just get mid tower.
Okay.
Light of my
Chilling.
Okay.
the world is mine to
Well done. No fight.
Yep.
You probably even get the next. You probably get the mid tower here. That's insane. Come in. Beautiful. Reset.
lived and live
Okay.
in eternity.
All right.
When am I
Really
buying
well
Lich
done.
Bane?
I'll probably get just get the middle. I like the other wisp for a bit of movement speed. I like the middle bit, the middle component on the Lich Bane. Yeah. All right. Beautiful. All right. So we're dragging up in a minute.
Yep.
Right,
Ready.
very important. I sometimes I like to just ping it a few times. Right. So if you press tab and click on the dragon timer at the top. The dragon timer, yeah. So I like to ping it like 3 times, yeah, and just to give your team the heads up, right? That dragon's coming up in a minute.
I
Am I helping that?
but I'm
Nope.
Okay, that's his problem.
Where's your jungler?
My jungler's on the south side.
Right, so I want you to go hover bot, put a ward on the ledge on bot side.
Not help that?
Nah, hover bot side.
Okay, I definitely would have helped that.
so much I want to see for
Yep,
myself.
here we go. Looks like something on bot side. Nautilus is hooking in. Yep, put our body in the area. Okay, if nothing's happening, no big deal. We can, go back mid now.
Yep.
Keep an eye on what your Wukong's doing though. Just keep tabs on him.
Okay.
Just assess.
Yeah.
Cool. Drags up in 15.
Animal hungers for
Okay.
something.
One more wave, I guess.
Yep, one more wave. Okay. Let's go on a bot. You got TP, right? Just in case, if need be.
If I leave that wave.
Yeah, leave the wave hover of your team. Okay, play's done. Go back mid.
This place reminds
Okay.
me of home.
I mean,
Where's
Dragon's
Bet?
up, right? We want this?
Yep, go back mid. And your team shouldn't need you here. You've got vision. You can cover mid wave and then help them if need be. Yep, keep popping those waves. Your team's already got it. They don't need you. Your job as a mid lane is not to hit the
In
dragon.
the smallest moments.
Beautiful. Really, really nice. Okay. So now we probably want to swap lane assignments at some
Can I
stage.
ult? Can I ult? Can I ult? Can I
Yeah,
ult?
you can. You can.
Okay. I wanted approval first.
Yeah, nice. Free kill. Free kill. And the reason it's good is because Dragon's already dead, right? So you're not needed. Right? Well
I
done.
just like have some PTSD. It's like I don't want to ult. It's like if it's off the.
Yeah.
It's not a gang.
Love it.
I broke
Right,
the
so
rule.
I would actually ping Vigard to go mid. Like ping on Vigard's portrait and then ping Vigard mid. Yeah, like that. Yeah, there we go.
And then we
sell
sell,
your
the
pot. Yep.
Lich
Yep.
Bane.
Either are fine. Whatever.
The seasons change.
So I need to go bot now.
I would ping Vigard mid. Yeah.
He's leaving.
And run bot. Sometimes I like to bully them out of it, so just ping Vigard mid again. Ping on Vigard mid.
I mean, he's
And, like,
leaving.
ping-
He's TPing back.
Okay. Cool. Nice. So we know it's going to chill, right? We don't really want to fight here. We have no R, so just relax. We just want to farm. If Lux dies, it doesn't fucking matter. It's not your business. Let her rot. Let her rot. Run, run, run. Flash if need be. Just fucking don't die. Let her rot. Oh my goodness. All right.
Oh, that worked out. Jeez.
So probably want to reset here, I guess, and go mid because Vigard's still bot. But you see the principle, like don't have to save everyone. Whether that Lux dies, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Like
Let her
this game's
rot.
not about Lux. Let her rot.
This game's not about Lux. I feel
She's the
so
support.
bad. I'm sorry, Lux. She's a support. Oh
It's
man.
0-8. It's a 0-8 Lux. Who gives a fuck?
I care about Lux. So I one
Let
more
her
wave or
rot
just-
mindset.
Yeah, I make this play with set, right? 4-2.
Can? Yeah, you can. Set's quite strong. I'm
And
not
my
against
jungler's
it. Your
here, too.
jungler-
Should have left home.
Yeah, jungler's here. Let's go. Show me what you got.
I have a lot here.
Hold. Go again. Boom. Good.
Well, I
Look at
missed
that.
both
You don't
skill
even-
shots, but that's why Ahri kind of works for me.
Well, that's what I said, right? You don't even need to land your E to deal damage, right? It's your R and your W.
Right, that's why I kind of like this champ. Same with
Yep.
Diana.
Yep.
Okay, back out
Good.
here.
You can stay. Gragas is dead. You don't really have enough gold.
Dr. E is killing Lux. Lux, I'm sorry. Oh, I couldn't save her.
So I would probably grab the blue now. Shove the wave and grab the blue. And so, rock and rolling.
Yeah, that's a good game.
I hear the wind.
So ult and 30. I would probably recall now. You got a lot of gold.
Where do I do it? Right here?
Yep. Place your control ward as well to just get rid of it.
Oh,
Place it in the bush. Place it in the bush. Yeah. Yeah. You got TP.
Double
and PP,
ward.
So
where do I buy
Place,
just a
get a-
Maraude?
Yep.
Has been slain.
Yep.
They don't need me, so do I go mid?
No. Probably just go mid, I guess. Yeah. Not really much else for you to go. Yeah.
Ally has been
Okay, our
slain.
soul is in
So-
a minute, like 2 minutes.
Yep. So now I'd ping it 3 times. You go press tab. Yeah, build that habit. Yeah, there we go. That's the habit I want to see.
Whoa, 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 Lux! Whoa, I was trying to save your life earlier, Lux. That's kind of rude, right? Okay.
Mortal lives are so fleeting.
Probably
Yeah,
could
just
have.
keep popping these waves out. Wait for your Wukong to get back on the map. You can play around that dragon. Really simple. Keep it easy. Keep it neat and tidy.
Okay, it's another mid wave, right?
Back
My
on mid,
Wukong's going
back on
top.
mid.
Yeah.
Yep. Let him rot. I don't give a fuck.
Should I at least give him a little warning ping? Like, look, guys, I'm not here.
I think he already knows that. he's in the middle of a carnage right now.
What's the move? The,
So-
the top wave or the
Okay,
mid?
you can go top. Yeah, go top. Honestly, this is the big brain play
I
because you
think
have
that's
TP.
what I would do. Okay.
Yeah, nice. Because you have TP, this is acceptable. So what
And
I'm
40
thinking about
seconds
right
on
now,
Frag. Yeah.
yeah, I'm thinking about drag. I'm thinking about my jungler. All right, factoring in those very closely. Okay, look what's going on bot. What do we see? Some shenanigans, right?
See
So
Mr.
keep an eye
E
on.
down there. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right, I'll
Gragas
get ready
is
for a TP.
1-6.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm ready for it. Okay.
Fight, 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 fight. Go time. Lock him up. Go back. One shot. Boom. 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 Triple kill.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know if I would have seen that TP in time. I'm gonna be honest.
Right,
Shoot.
why? But think about the principle. Why? Why is the principle? What principle did we follow there?
Well, we followed the jungler. The only reason we are top is because we had TP.
Yep.
They don't
Spot
need me
on.
for this, right? Because I'm a mid
Grab the bot
laner.
wave. Yep. Exactly right. You're a mid laner. We want farm. They don't
Yeah,
need
I'm
you.
a mid
Shove the
laner. I
wave.
don't need that.
You can probably get a plate here, or 1 or 2 plates, and then reset and get a death cap, probably.
Soul fed.
Yeah, it's definitely better than a normal game, I think, for me.
And it's just the Ahri principles. We could probably stay for the whole tower, to be honest. Be a bit of a greedy motherfucker. Yeah. Reset. Get the hell out of here.
I'll have them
Your
chasing their
team has
tail.
destroyed a turret.
Right. So now, what's the next neutral?
We have Baron.
Yep, Baron. Right. So that's and we have no TP. So we need to be putting our body in the area on the top side of the map. We can't afford
it.
to go bot side, right?
Got it. Okay. Yep.
So now this is where I want you to deploy mid, right? Because that's where the action's going to be. So just run, sprint down mid. You're going to put your body in the area. You have our R, the strongest spark. So as long as your team is on your screen fighting around you, we should win. Right. So what I'm looking for here is again jungler location.
Okay.
What he's doing. Set up. Shot.
Like-
Share a bit of fun. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
There you go. Just be wary.
Okay.
There you
Trying to find the
go.
angle here.
Yep,
Ooh,
have fun
Ash.
angle. There you go. There you go. This looks good. Beautiful. Out of fog. Look at that. Go in. Go in. Fuck them up. Next. Into the meat grinder. Next. 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 Baron, 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 Baron.
Okay, I was trying to get a quadra here, man. Okay, fine. I'll hit the objective.
Then probably game over.
Okay.
And now you could probably start running top now if you want to be really efficient. Yep. Shove that waves out. Start shoving waves.
Okay.
Shove, shove, shove. Keep going.
Okay. What am I buying next?
I'd probably get one more wave and then reset probably because your jungler hasn't reset yet. So probably get this wave and then reset. Yeah. Yeah, so you can work towards. Depends if they. You see if they have MR or not. If they have MR, just reset. Do they have MR? Yeah, they do. A little bit.
Negatron.
Probably just go void stuff. Work towards the void stuff. Sell your Doran's ring. Yeah. Yep. Nice.
Okay, next
And
objective
run down mid.
is nothing, so...
Yeah. So now
Alright.
just you have Baron, right? You can siege.
Siege. Alright, we have a buff.
For myself.
Okay, we don't want to die here, because we're worth a lot of money here.
Yes. You're very, very, very... You gotta be very careful. You don't want to be fighting
So
with your team. You don't
I'm
want to
keeping
give
my
that
eyes on my jungler, personally.
Yep. Okay. It's fine.
Every enemy.
There we go. It's fine.
Yo, Mr. Jungler, get in there, right?
Yeah, there we go. It's the jungler. Fuck him up. Next. Pretty straightforward. Right? So when we're there with our team, we will win fights.
Yeah. Okay, makes a lot of
Walk away.
sense.
Good. Really well done.
Cool.
Should we run down mid?
Okay, this seems a lot easier than a normal game when you're telling me exactly what to do every second. So this is nice. It's probably my
Well, this
best
is just
game on Ahri ever.
Well, this is the principles, right? I'm trying to say. It's our. So think about what we've been doing here, right? Our cooldown, jungle location, next neutral objective, saying no to bad fights,
Say no. Oh my.
letting people rot.
I let the support rot. That's crazy. I'm sorry, Lux, if you can hear me. Oh my gosh. Yo, that was a great game, Curtis. That was sick.
Well done.
I
You played
can
well.
tell with 100% certainty. Like, if you're not in my ear telling me that, there's no way we 15-0 that win like that.
And so what I'm trying to get you to feel is that now that's what. See, you know, you said you had a 38% win rate on Ahri. It's nothing about your inability to play the champ. It's just about where you're directing your attention.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a ton of sense. Like, actually a ton of sense. Okay. Jungler,
Okay.
strong guy, next objective. We're laning towards that.
Yes.
Unless we have TP,
Yes.
then we can go to the far lane and TP in. But we have to be ready to TP.
Yep, exactly right. No, and we have no R, no fight. Exactly right. It's all just the El Clasico principles. And that was a really clean Ahri game. I really want you to remember that in terms of like, how did I come to those decisions? It's not about the score line. Whether you went 5-1, 15-0, it doesn't fucking matter. What matters is how you came to those conclusions. Because last game, you also did those reference points for the most part, but it was a harder game, right?
Yeah,
And that's what League of Legends is,
Yeah.
right? You're
This
not gonna
game we
win,
did a
you're not
lot of
gonna
those
pop
same
up and-
decisions, but we were winning like everything, so we just kind of steamrolled.
So
Okay.
that's why, again, you view it like poker. Okay, well, if I make high quality decisions, I'm going to win more hands than I lose. I might win 60% of my games now, or 65% of my games, obviously depending on how good you are. That's the mindset, right? You will climb now. We're following those principles.
Sick. Yo, brother, that rocks. Like, you own. Yeah, I think, man, now I want to play some more Ahri games and just like keep sticking to this exact same thing. I think, okay, with Ahri, I've got to say, I mean, there's so much I've learned, but I've got to say the biggest thing is I was trying to win my lane and pick fights mid and get kills in mid just like I would with Diana. But that's just
Right.
not Ahri. Like, I was
No.
literally burning my ult on cooldown, and then my team would fight, and I'm like, sorry guys, I don't have ult, I can't be there. It's like, well, why did you ult the mid laner yourself? So yeah, that's just so massive. Oh my gosh.
Well done, man. Fuck yeah. So now you should have a bit of momentum in your journey, a few things to work with. And then look, let me know how it goes and we can reassess in the future.
Yo, you rock. Thank you so much, man. Yo, where can people find you? Let's give some links out here, because put them in the stream.
Yeah, I do coaching. I can send you a link at
Links are great.
teachleague.com. And the Mid Lane Academy is one of our academies. So I'm a mid lane coach, so they can find the Mid Lane Academy there. I also have a podcast, which you've been on. Would love to get you on it again at some stage. Broken by Concept. I'll link that as well.
BBC. There we go.
The BBC. This is the podcast. So yeah, that's where people can find me.
Great. I linked it over on Twitch and YouTube if you guys want to check them out. There it is. Yeah, seriously, Curtis, you rock. So I feel like I need to like almost rewatch this whole coaching session back again though, like in the morning and at night, like twice a day. Like kind of, you know what I mean? Like watch it while I'm eating breakfast and then watch it before bed every day for like a month. That could help.
Yeah, there's a lot there, right? We obviously jam-packed a lot in there. I tried to give you, as much as you could chew on. Obviously, League's an execution-based game, right? You can know all you want theory-wise. If you can't actually execute upon it, it doesn't matter, right? So that's why, yeah, you are right. It will take time for these things to sink in. And reps, that's where reps matter, right? So have a crack with those reference points and that mindset. And over time, that will be easier and easier and easier.
That's kind of like why I'm liking like Diana or Ahri in the sense that like some of these macro decisions, I feel like I'm like, okay, I'm trying to understand them and I think they're clicking. But when I'm on like a champion like Lux, I'll just think of like maybe the right macro decision, but then I'll miss the Q, miss the E, miss the ult, miss the W, miss the Q, miss the E, and then my whole team dies and it's like, whereas on Ahri, at least I can like miss the Q and the charm and still like ult with my W and clean up. Or with Diana, you just press E, W, and ult, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because I mean, it would be interesting at some stage to, obviously do your Ahri stint, and then we could maybe take a look at Lux, because there are principles that we can follow that will make it significantly easier to land your skill shots on.
How many champions can you like? Can you coach all of them? Do you know the principles of every single champ in the game?
That's right, every champ in the game. Yeah.
How long have you been playing League again?
Since season 1. Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
about 15, 16 years.
Okay, because like in WoW. Yeah, like in WoW, I used to do coaching a lot, but like I would actually just coach mage for the most part. Sometimes I did rogue coaching sometimes, and like maybe priest once or twice. But like I wouldn't even be able to coach like a death knight or like a hunter in WoW because I never really like, played them at a high level. I guess it's different because in League you can play a bunch of champs.
Well, think about it, right? You got 5 roles. I don't coach every role. I don't think mid lane.
You know every mid lane champ though. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I know every mid lane champ, but I also I know most of the reference points for most champs of the game, but not all of all roles. But I know every mid lane champion.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, because think about my journey was that I've basically dedicated I came from the pro scene. I was a pro coach in 2017, 18, 19. And then in 2020, I decided to work with the general player base. So for the last 6 years, I've just dedicated myself to understanding how to help the average player go from bronze to, let's say, grandmaster, right? Is kind of my specialty. And so that was a really, really, really challenging task, because when you go from working with like challenger players and pro players to working with a silver or gold player, it's a whole different ball game. I invented the term reference points and champ identity. I was the first coach that used that.
Sheesh. Yeah, we have the right guy coaching us, guys. Unbelievable. Yeah.
So that's where
that's pretty impressive, man. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, like, to know this many champions and all these different things, because it's like, yeah, to think about, okay, I've learned all of this on Ahri, and it's awesome, but then if I'm going to go play a champion like Lux or Zed or like something else, then it's like, I would kind of need to relearn what my whole purpose is. But then to know that for like, how many mid laners are there? Like 50? 60?
I don't even know.
Like, that's a lot, right?
Something like that, yeah. 70, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lot of champs.
Well, this is why champion mastery is so important, Xaryu, right? Like, you can't play. Most people, you're only going to have a champ pool of 2 to 3 at a given time. And most people are only going to be able to like get a lot of great results with like one champion, right? At a time, right?
Yeah.
So this is the most important thing, because if you know what your reference points are, when you're strong and weak, what your mindset should be, what are you looking for, and then you develop that mastery with your champion, that's the recipe for success. But you'd be surprised. This is the crazy thing. What I realized is that people can play a champion for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games and wouldn't even be able to articulate what the champion actually wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the big reality check for me. Like,
yeah.
So to really think through. I'm like, okay, what is this champion actually all about? One by one. What
Yeah,
is
I
this
might
champ
if I play another champion, I might bug you in your DM saying like, "Yo, what's my goal here?" Because I swear, just like that little snippet of like with Ahri, don't ult until
totally.
you're with your jungler, or, you know, with a good gank. It's like that changes everything about my lane, right? It changes the whole mindset.
Way, it's also why Ryze is a really difficult champion, by the way, because Ryze has incredibly, I would say, quite unique reference points. Okay, Ryze is like a champion that doesn't have like a super like clear cut black and white do this to win the game. He's very, very unique in that sense because his ultimate is pure utility. And when you have champions that have an ultimate that is purely utility based, and he's low range, and he can do a lot of things, people can like deal damage on them, right? People know how to deal damage on Ryze, but they will really struggle to actually kill the Nexus in a kind of replicable way. So champions like Ryze or let's say Azir or like even like Yone to a certain extent, people struggle to get results with them reliably because they can do so many things. Do you see what I mean?
Honestly, I can't really imagine that, like a Ryze player that does damage but can't finish a match. It's kind of an abstract concept for me personally, but I can kind of think about how that could happen to somebody. Yo, man, it's getting late on my end. I'm a little over, but dude, that was legit. I can't wait to play more Ahri with these fundamentals. Maybe I might bug you some more. So I'm sorry in advance.
Yeah. And we'll have to, once you climb up a bit of the ranks, we'll have to get you on the podcast at some stage to do a bit of a debrief on your journey. Yeah.
Yeah, down. I'm down. Absolutely.
Love it. All right, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. Catch you later.
Back at you. Thank you. GG's.
See you, mate. Bye.
Coach Curtis, ladies and gentlemen. Holy crap. Yo, guys, I haven't talked to the chat in like 2 to 3 hours. I'm sorry about that. I was trying to do my best to listen up and be a good student. That was insanely helpful. That was actually way more helpful than I even thought it could be. Like, I know coaching, it's like, you know, that's helpful, but like, yeah, that was very helpful. Guys, I've played a lot of games of Ahri. We've never had a 15-0 game